Hello everyone and welcome to North American Strikers Academy Season 4 Week 2. I'm here with Envy and we got two teams and then two more. Chad versus Fool and then Oshi versus Dog. I'm excited to see these games and we're hitting up one of your favorite maps, or maybe not one of your favorite maps. I'm making a big assumption, Clarion Test Chamber.
That's literally my favorite map. Absolutely. I mean, there are just so many things you get to say about Clarion Test Chamber and so many different play styles that get to kind of just adapt back and forth when it comes to some of the maps that end up showing up. You got to be kind of on your feet. You're really good at improv. These two teams, honestly, we have seen them before. I want to talk about Reset, actually. So the roster here that we have for Chikara chatting being Oppabug. You've seen him before, of course. Drew Danger has been around. That's absolutely. But Reset, or yeah, I actually just went to because I know it's supposedly French, and I just went to Google. Hold on, give me a second. Reset is apparently how you would say this in French, and someone was like, "Oh, it means recipe," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Anyway, definitely a talking point for this moment here, as they are sort of the newest addition to the roster here, going against a couple of collegiate masters right now. The Fools have been together for a little bit, been playing. What else can you tell me about the Fools here, Saya?
Yeah, Zoro and Coin, part of SLU, recently off of in-person tournament victory, a collegiate tournament, but still a tournament nonetheless. And yeah, tons of synergy there. Very, very, very good. And of course, Vens has been playing with the Fools for a while as well. I think a lot more question marks definitely on Chikara chatting here with Reset. Still mostly unproven. There's been a lot of prospects in this NASA season, but Reset in particular, yet to prove compared to the other players.
For sure, and actually now is a great time to see what they're made of, as we are going directly on in here. Pretty good team they're going up against here. The Fools definitely have been around. On to Clarion Test Chamber. We got Hot Shot and Might of the Colossus here, so also minor, possibly major note, we do have a little bit of X-Era Mako action starting off right at the beginning here onto Project Maelstrom. Got Oppabug looking a little bit weak right now, trying to get punched in the face. Coin looking at the Maelstrom buff here right now. No one's going to be able to interrupt it. Oh, Drew Danger gives it a shot there, but now we have a literal Colossus on board. Coin already at 300 power at the beginning of the game, spinning into space. Oh my god.
Yeah, and yesterday actually we saw X-Aramako picked on Might of the Colossus start, probably one of the best starts for this composition. It ended up losing, but that was no fault of the composition. X-Aramako on this start should probably just win the video game, and we're seeing why right here. So much power, so much space being taken up by the X and Coin. Very familiar with the character, already taking barriers, doesn't even need the size at the moment, but the NATO will earn the barrier Vens with the backup as well. A flip wasted, but all good because 2 barriers to 0. They're in a good spot.
2 barriers to 0, almost full health to 0. Coin easily grabs another kill. Has flip, doesn't waste it. X Maximus does go down a little bit there. Oppabug, I'd say something like glad to be alive, but actually if Oppabug did die there, would have had a reset energy bar. But nonetheless, on to the little bit of a bounty house action right now. Yeah, Vens, honestly, I feel like Vens has been stepping it up a little bit lately. I've been playing against them a bunch in the a little bit in-house server, and they've been impressing me a lot. And I don't know how much that says about anything, because I'm kind of a noob, but man, I'm chatting it up, and they just kind of blast Oppabug right on out there. It's going to be a little bit of a power play here for the Fools. Can they get anything here? Drew Danger doing a pretty damn good job of holding right now. Reset helping out on a bit of defense, and that kind of goes right through one of the Tofu Fortress donuts, and kind of favorably for Drew Danger there, actually. One of the very few times it goes through, but it's going to lose a strike war there to Coin. It's going to be a tough spot here for... Okay, they're good. Bouncy House is kind of like the scariest map to play on. What do you think, Saya?
Yeah, it is a nightmare for the goalie position, but Drew Danger is saving it for now, and Reset's there to back them up, but the core bounces forward. It's in the hands of Coin, a flip burn from Evil Drew Danger. And yeah, it's just so tough, but Oppabug trying to find their place, but Zoro's just defending this barrier so well. Sorry, not barrier, the entire goal. And it's going to be hard for Evil Drew Danger because this Dubu, no more Tofu Fortress.
Absolutely. Down a couple of resources here, which is the worst place to be. Okay, we actually have Zoro stepping up. Not getting too much off of that flip, but Coin does get a solid redirect over to Benz, and Benz sinks that one in. Yeah, Bouncy House is a tough one, especially if you don't have any speed awakenings to help you out. And we're going to have the Fools Mako as the MVP. Possibly the worst on the team to be the MVP, I'd say, since like X is just the one, and Era pretty great at supporting. So they're going to end up grabbing something like extra special. Team player is also a solid consideration. Catalyst Steal from Coin's X, which is, I mean, you have to. But unfortunately, X gets one of like the god items. Quick Strike and Catalyst both showing up at the same time. A little bit of health going out to Reset here. And we have Chrono Boost super solid. And yeah, 1-2 punch. I mean, pretty solid across the board. But yeah, I mean, X gets Quick Strike. And that's definitely the thing to watch out for here.
Yeah, X gets Quick Strike, Era gets Chrono Boost as well. Not taken away by Reset, in fearing death more than that Chrono Boost, but that might be a bit of a mistake because now Coin is going to get so much speed, so much power. Zoro's almost dead though. Wait a second, what happened over there? Does stay alive for the moment, but Zoro is not long for this world because Appa's getting in there, and Reset looking for the goal on the bottom side will be able to secure it. How did Zoro get so low so quickly?
I probably missed that one myself. Probably almost like a combination of like a Barrage plus Giga Blast and maybe like one hit from Appa. Got that 1-2 punch on deck. I mean, Appa looking for a couple more size perks a little bit later and actually will be a threat. Not as threatening as this X will probably end up being, but definitely a threat for sure. And yeah, as you mentioned, this Chrono Boost will definitely be supporting X in ways that Reset just cannot for Appa. And that's just kind of how this comp goes. Of course, Zoro is always going to have that drum and bass to give a little bit extra support as well. Coin spending the X Maximus there, not getting much off of it. In fact, he's so big he gets kind of locked into the Tofu Fortress. A couple of flips there, none spent though. Zoro defending quite easily here against Appa Bug. They're going to bring it up to the top corner here. The Ensnare Drum kind of helps it keep in the back there. Appa Bug can't get the ball too easily. Maybe looking to just injure Zoro in a way. If you give it both flips here, spent Appa Bug and Venz. Appa Bug actually looking really low. Kind of turns it onto Coin. They have to find a way to get this kill. Yes, they do a wonderful combo with the Somersault and the Barrage, but Appa Bug might be the next on the menu here.
Yeah, that was a really tough flip for Zoro. Possibly the worst possible situation. Does manage to keep up the barrier for now, though. Great strikes from Zoro. And they will still hold, as unfortunately Coin's attempt on Appa Bug's life does end up with an own barrier situation. But if Zoro can get it forward to Coin and Venz, one passing play could do Evil Do Danger in, but the log accelerates the core backwards. Now Appa Bug with another shot, a flip to the bottom side, but no, just deflected away, and Coin gets so much core speed off of that random strike, and that's the goal.
Yeah, a red strike that probably was Era buff right there too. I mean, that's like 70 base power, I believe they have it at right now, as far as the last patch goes, which is a lot. Easily to say, that is a whole lot of power. But starting another point here on the Bouncy House. Appa looking kind of weak right now. He's kind of surrounded and triangulated by this whole team, in fact. And they're going to look to try to take Appa Bug out. X Maximus popped. No. Okay, no evade for Appa Bug. But yeah, we do have flying, not flying away, but carried away to save your life there. And he does kind of find himself not saved at all, in fact. So they do end up finding him on one of the drums here, kind of the bumpers. But either way, Coin has flip approaching here. Evil Do Danger probably gonna have to spend his right now. Actually gets blasted against one of the barriers. Continues to keep the flip though, if that is one thing to say about it. And it's gonna just still be a tough spot here. X Era just has so much control, so much damage is going out, and they're all kind of in threat of dying.
Yeah, but Appa Bug does play Kazan, but wait a second, Evil Do Danger presses the log button and the core bounces behind him, not where you want to be. And despite Appa Bug looking kind of scary, looking like the core control Kazan on that point, it still goes to the Fools, and the Fools now 2-1 up, looking to make it a 2-0 set lead. And they have the resources to do it, especially if Coin could manage to get the center here. That could be devastating.
Yep, no one near the center to even really... okay, actually spends the Giga Blast to take the center, which would reset your cooldowns, but man, Evil Do Danger, kind of a minor flub there, and boy, he's going to have a major problem. Okay, Venz actually spends their flippin' Futility, gets nothing off of it here, though Zoro, a little bit of possession here. Coin actually goes for the for the hit there. Reset spends their flip just to survive, and the Maelstrom. Okay, a little bit of scary moment there for Do Danger. Coin spends X Maximus one more time, just kind of getting a little bit of size for the strike hit. Nothing more than that, but yeah, the Bell Ringer, pretty scary in that situation. Appa Bug nicely crooked leveraging the ball, giving them a little bit of control in this moment here. Coin punching. Actually, it looks like you get a little bit of energy off punching the Maelstrom in the middle, so he actually gets the flip, spends it, doesn't get much off of it though. We do have a power play for the Fools one more time. Can they get this goal? Yes, sirree. I mean, sometimes open goal is just too hard to deal with.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Coin. Great defense, though, by Evil Do Danger on that point until the very end. Did the most that he could. But now this draft's getting a little bit scary. Drew will be happy, potentially getting the orb, but actually swapping over to hovering the Among Titans. Unconventional for Drew, who loves the Orb Awakenings, but really needs to prevent that Among Titans from making this X a little too massive if taken by someone like Zoro or Vens later down the line. Some more stagger for Reset here, but overall I think that Rampage is going to do even more work against the smaller Evil Do Danger, and Coin might just scale out of control for real this time.
For sure. I actually think that was definitely a really scary draft. Coin, okay, actually spends the X Maximus there and knocks Reset right off the map here, doing almost all of Octobug's health there. But I was just going to mention that, yeah, so Coin gets Rampage, which potentially is an insane amount of power. The Among Titans also would have granted 15 more power, and Mako's drum and bass like continues to grant like 20 power, and it's like, it's just every awakening on this draft ends up giving X just more and more power, and that is dangerous. But I think they did a solid job of mitigating that. Opabug, boy, is he in the tiger's claws, or the zoo, the nest, whatever. He is destroyed there, and it's going to be another X Maximus quick strike. Coin going to try to get Drew Danger's barriers here, but Drew Danger honestly doing super great job of defending here. Going to spin that flip and clear the ball pretty perfectly. Everyone is back, and the power play is over.
Yeah, and barrier taken, but that's not a barrier taken with an assist or a take by Coin. So the Rampage stacks, I believe, sitting still at 0. Exactly what Chikara Chatting wants to see, especially if they can manage to get this point, but it's still going to be pretty difficult because Coin still has that flip, still has the capability to get the KO just like that. Nothing else necessary, just the flip used. Opabug trying to trade the barriers, but it's barely missed, and now they're in a tough spot. The striker advantage on the Fools, but still unable to put together a passing play, it seems, with this core speed. Coin might just brute force it through, though, with the Might of the Colossus and the X Maximus, but Coin's being taken low, needs to stay alive, does pick up the orb, but Opabug's a bit of a threat on the other side.
Man, Drew Danger giving me a little bit of a scare there. It feels like, okay, really great shot there, but an Opabug honestly getting the 1-2 punch, crooked leverage strike, getting a red core there on overtime. But yeah, it's like Drew Danger is like in complete control. It feels like super cool-headed, and then it instantly just like misses the core out of nowhere, and I'm just like, that's crazy. He had the control. Opabug losing just about all their health, literally losing all their health, and X Maximus in just a couple of seconds might end up making another power play here for the Fools. They have done an unholy amount of damage. Yeah, Coin is sniffing it out, spends the X Maximus, gets the carried away with the evade. Actually, just enough time to avoid getting slain by the X Maximus, though. Can't really regen too much, actually. Almost full health here, and only one barrier lost by Drew Danger. Actually doing a solid job. Vens, really with the Flutterfly, going to get right on in there, grab the last barrier, and it's just going to be a tough spot here. This is really the worst spot, actually, because it's, even if you win this set, they've already gotten 2 extra awakenings for X and Era. Losing the first 2 sets, even though losing the first set to X Era is kind of the worst situation you could ever experience, and well, they are dealing with it full force as they're going to try to just get this barrier from Zoro at some point, but it's like they don't have a full force because one of their players is usually staggered.
Yeah, and it's not just X-Era, it's Might of the Colossus. X-Era, and Coin is looking pretty massive here, trying to get a KO on Reset, who will evade death for a moment, but Vens and Coin are still pushing forward. Evil Danger with the flip available, but still needs to be able to make the saves here, and it goes to Opabug, but Zoro easily deflects it away to the other side of the world, and this bounce house is getting a little crazy in overtime, as Opabug is not long for this world.
Absolutely not long for this world at all. You have Coin gaining like 50 power, spending the X Maximus, the drum and bass. It's just too much. It's as if he had specialized training the entire game from the beginning. Ben's going to land it on in there with a nice Bewitching Beam, and I mean, okay, he's only got 2 stacks right now. I mean, that's still a bunch of extra power, and it can get kind of worse. We just need Chikara Chatting to work on getting these barriers. I mean, obviously, it's like, oh, if you win the game, you win the game. I mean, I could just say that 1,000 times, but yeah, there's like nothing else to say. X is going to scale, and it really depends on how well you play, how fast he's going to be scaling here. True Danger grabbing the center of the Maelstrom, which is really great. Okay, Coin ends up getting a big X Maximus kill there, but Opabug trading one with the top spin, doing a solid job there. Kind of locked into jail, though, taking a bunch of extra damage. This could be a double power play. All right, Reset coming back in just 1 second here. Goes for a super Schmixerizer angle. Zoro not able to land that one. In fact, loses their barrier and actually gets scored on.
Yeah,
that's wow.
Just a really great play by Reset, right? Came off the respawn, immediately ran in with the barrage and converted against basically 3 people. Well, 2.5 people, as Venz was just respawning as well. But this is a great individual play. We need to see more of those if we're going to see Chikara Chatting take the game.
Agreed. And Opabug, honestly, yeah, I was just going to say, like, he can snipe out a couple of kills. He's got 1-2 punch. He also has a couple of extra power points here from the Might of the Colossus. And okay, now they're in again the Alliance cage. I think that's the actual term. And they do a nice little flip, pass combo, redirect. It's not going to be red, but it is going to be an open goal. Not enough speed on Zoro to catch that one. And boom, we got Chikara Chatting, keeping themselves alive. X, well, I mean, he's not going to stop scaling, but I mean, sure, he didn't lose the game, so that's definitely a benefit.
Yeah, and with a rapid fire take here, actually a stinger take here, they're looking to match the damage game. They're looking to make it quite possible, but Orb Dancer, a great pickup on Zoro, adds to a lot more defensive prowess, and with a rapid fire deny away from the era, the Monumentalist, though, is a good consolation prize to the point where, honestly, the Fools are kind of chilling here after that draft, despite Chikara Chatting being the ones who won it. It's kind of the power of X era. You scale with so many different awakenings to the point where you're kind of happy with these ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Monumentalist is like one of the more interesting picks for Era, since it doesn't directly support anyone, but it turns herself into a huge threat, blocking off close, tight spaces, sometimes KOing the goalie in certain situations. It does a lot of path splitting, I like to say, even though it's not even close to Ash or stuff. But yeah, it just Monumentalist changes your character into something else, and that's usually pretty damn good. And oh my goodness, Opabug actually gets blown into the goal, doesn't die, gets a strike on the way in, and actually sinks one in there for Chikara Chatting. That was nuts. Yeah,
exactly what you want to see if you're looking at Chikara Chatting reverse sweep here. It's a long road ahead, and that bottom barrier taken by Coin, scaling up on size with that Rampage, but won't be able to get a second barrier. We'll get it just now, and now it's getting a little scary because Coin is absolutely massive. A good flip, but now Coin has one of his own and will take the goal. It's 1-1. Rampage stacks on Coin, and a lot of resources for the Fools.
Yeah, actually kind of an unfortunate little angle for Evil Drew Danger. They're trying their best to clear it, but it ends up coming right back at Red Core and kind of puts that right into Coin's face there. But either way, yeah, 3 stacks of Rampage onto Coin, like you had just mentioned. It's just 21 power, 22.5 power, kind of a lot of damage just from nothing. And again, it's just going to keep growing right now. Opabug going to grab a little bit of orb action, going to try to stay alive. Yes, indeed, using our evade because we have literally no choice. Coin trying to get as many kills as possible as he has picked up the prize fighter. Kills has never been more valuable for the side of the Fools, and Opabug is usually the one target here. He doesn't have any more evade, and he's probably the next to go down here. He's going to have to use this carried away as best as he can.
Yeah, but does manage to get the barrier, does manage to push in for the goal with Reset, and Chikara Chatting, despite being very close to death, they are still holding on, they're still scoring. And you mentioned earlier, it's kind of funny to say that their win condition is just winning, but they're doing it right now.
It's true. I mean, it's like kind of a win more situation for this X, right? Because if you lose your barriers, I mean, you lost your barrier, but I mean, X has Rampage, so you lose your barrier into losing everything else. So it's like, if you win, well, you didn't lose twice. So okay, well,
the prize fighters are starting to become a bit of a problem. The Rampage as well, and although Chikara Chatting have been just winning despite the odds, this next point is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Look at the stats on Coin here.
Yeah, he is standing at 227 power, unbuffed, by the way. That's kind of disgusting. And Chikara Chatting has no choice but to kill. Maybe kill? Maybe try to find a kill on Coin, or my goodness, you're gonna have to score immediately. Reset in the slot here.
Oh.
I can't believe that Reset didn't die there. Actually, I am appalled, but they do actually find Opabug there, and that's going to be, I mean, you can't stack Press Fire any more than that, but certainly it's going to be a power play for this side. No barriers going down, though. The stacks are not stacking. Reset, you know, we're talking about how much, okay, Bull Rush into X-Max is going to kill Reset there, but we're talking about how great X is doing and Coin is doing, but honestly, Chikara Chatting is doing a super good job of keeping themselves in the game. Check it out.
Yeah, and with Coin dead, those stacks are mostly gone. The prize fighter reduced, the Rampage eliminated, and now it's looking like a very, very doable point for Chikara Chatting. They only lost one barrier, and one barrier stands on the other side. Coin just got to get in there, find a dribbling play, find a way to take this barrier quick, because the scaling is no longer in their favor, and now Reset is going in. So much speed to work with, and even Danger is sitting comfortably with a flip on the other side. Opabug, they're trying to kill here. And actually, the power play still coming through for the side of the Fools. If Opabug goes down, that could be curtains.
Yeah, a big Maelstrom came in there and actually ended Reset's life there. But yeah, Opabug just fighting like a warrior on the front lines there, face to face with Zoro, trying to get this barrier as much as they can. Overtime has been in effect for about 10 seconds or so now, and they do eventually get the barrier. Drew Danger still holding this barrier down. Coin trying to break through this wall. Opabug keeping himself alive, but actually it's going to be a perfect pitch. Perfect pitch, right?
A fumble from Opabug had the open net, and now Zoro has a flip available. Will not be as vulnerable to those types of shots anymore, and Coin's looking pretty massive if Zoro gets a good flip here, but it's blocked away by Reset. It goes to the top side. Chaos, a bit of fumbles from both sides here as Zoro keeps it away for now. Stunned away by Opabug for a moment, but it's not quite enough as Reset finds a pass. Opabug to the top side, and Zoro can't reach it. We're headed to set 5.
Damn. Dude, honestly, I gotta say, Drew Danger doing a really great job of defending against this demonic X era combo right now. But again, more awakenings are going out. X always top of the line here, second in command. Mako next in line. There's a lot of things on board here. Recovery drone is definitely something Coin is going to be looking at here. Possibly heavy impact. He's so big, he's definitely hitting more than 2 people, and it's going to be recovery drone. Incredible amount of size. It's not even calculated yet. He's sitting at 180. Actually, it's an extra stack here. It's going to be 163 unbuffed power right now with 0 stacks of Rampage. So they are going to have to either kill or be killed here. And this is the last set we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, but speaking of scaling, Reset's doing a little bit of stagger scaling here, looking incredibly tanky at 2,450 of that stagger, and the stats as well from those awakenings. Basically immortal here, except by knockback, and Coin can still kill by knockback, by the way, so let's not get it twisted. But it's a lot harder, especially, look at that, Reset's barely taking any damage, so as long as this Kai can stay alive, Chikara Chatting's hopes will be staying afloat.
Absolutely, like you said, not going to really be dying due to stagger, but possibly falling off the map. I've noticed Reset is definitely hanging out in some of the side streets on this map, and I'd like to make sure, or I'd like them to make sure that they're being a little bit safer, because Bull Rush into X Maximus is a relatively guaranteed normal kill for X, and that is going to be dangerous there. Again, here, exactly that. Bull Rush, X Maximus, going to be taking out Reset, as I'm saying it, but this wasn't even a side street. That was just a lot of knockback.
Opabug again just hits it towards the corner of the goal and misses it. The ghost of Kaz has returned in full force to this Juliet player, quite fitting. But once again, it's an open net, still very, very doable in terms of scoring, as Opabug's just harassing Zoro, but Benz is there to help out. But Drew Danger, like we mentioned, is doing so well on the defense.
Yeah, once again, just being able to block Coin out there, like a really great job there. Okay, it's going to be a big Maelstrom that's going to take out Opabug, and now they're going to have a really tough time scoring here unless Reset makes something big happen. We got a bunch of flips on the forward side here. It's going to be a flip there, going to grab that barrier up to Coin. Can they get it back to Coin? Reset had a really solid shot there. Good. Great Tofu Fortress. They're going to block Coin. Opabug is back, and it's going to be one more chance here for Opabug. Can they get it on over to him?
Oh, weird bounces here. Zoro needs to flip. A little bit of panic. A little bit of a tough spot, but Zoro managed to get the deflection with the secondary. And now Venz and Coin need to find something in this midfield, but Drew Danger is there. Drew to the top side. Weird bounce, but Reset picks it up. And a flip available for the Kai here as Opabug tries to win the strike war. Not quite yet. To the bottom side. Again, another whiff by Opabug. Reset to the top side, but Venz is there. They blocked away, and Appabug cannot convert on this point. The point that Chikara Chatting desperately needs, but Drew Danger is still holding it down on the other side. They're still holding on for the moment, and Appabug just needs to find a strike, needs to find something, but still cannot do anything. Is just staggered, and now Reset tries to take it themselves. Bottom side Coin, though, trying to block away this flip. Down to Reset. Bottom side to Appabug, and they do manage to convert.
After like maybe 45 seconds over overtime, Appabug finally gets the point there, which is definitely necessary. Only 1 stack of Rampage currently on Coin, 3 stacks of Prize Fighter, though the kills are definitely coming out for the side of the Fools. And once again, X Maximus popped. Reset, kind of an immortal being though, unless knocked off this map. No problem there, absorbing the X Maximus easily. Now Shaf's going to try to get this ball once more to Appabug here to grab some of these barriers. Man, really great angle. Venz is going to be able to block that one away here. Up once more to Coin. And actually, Atlas is getting in the way here, making things a little bit difficult. Another Rampage stack over here for Coin. And Drew Danger is going to have to put on a clinic here if he's going to survive this Coin.
Oh, but Coin just hits Drew Danger away, prevents the goalie from being near the goal, and that's a clean point for the Fools. Coin's been stacking up too, right? The stacks are really coming online. 2 Rampage, 3 Prize Fighter, bit of a menace.
Yeah, he's really just standing on the field with 229 power. I kind of want to see him get the stupid Maelstrom thing now. I just want to see some big numbers. He activates X Maximus. He's at 253 power. Almost like Reset has like 3,000 stagger right now, and he can kind of do a solid amount to it. Drew Danger, unfortunately, losing their barrier to kind of a self-pass motion there. Okay, gonna spend the flip here to survive Coin's onslaught. Once again, Venz doing a solid job of keeping possession here all the way up at the top. Zoro actually able to defend it away with the help of Venz. And once again, Coin on the front line. Venz actually looking a little bit low here. The crooked leverage is not going to land. Drew Danger maybe going to get a Tofu Fortress to help out the team. No, just going to get a little bit of a dribble for himself.
Yeah, Venz incredibly low, but it is actually Coin who almost gets a double KO, but Appabug will be the one to convert here as the barrage comes in, but patient saves by Zoro. Give Drew Danger to Reset, looking for something a little bit more here, as Drew is so quick. Stacks on stacks, I believe, but is lagging. Lags past the core, but it doesn't matter. Still manages to save the barrier, and that's the goalie going down. The critical member of the Fools is away, but they still manage to keep the barrier locked down. I believe Venz has done a little bit of off-rolling in the past, but the barrier still goes down, and Coin does find the KO, but max out and stacks a Prize Fighter anyway, and a barrage from Reset will convert. Despite everything, Chikara Chatting just 1 goal away from taking the game.
I actually cannot believe Chikara Chatting's like determination and willpower into this game. Like they are okay. Well, okay, we're gonna go down instantly there. We got 3 stacks of Rampage, of course. Still 3 stacks of Prize Fighter since like the beginning of this whole set. Drew Danger actually not gonna flip there. Okay, going to flip there. Ends up getting past Zoro, who was charging the perfect pitch there. Reset finally back. They can actually end this game with the red ball. Drew Danger on the bottom side. No Tofu Fortress to help there. Coin actually in the side street here.
And Appabug win.
Oh, gets it through Venz and takes. I can't believe they won that game.
They came back from nightmare scaling, like the one of the hardest possible games in terms of composition and awakenings, but they managed to do it. They do the thing. They just score. They score the goals before the opponents can. And importantly, getting the KO on Zoro in that second to last point really swung the odds in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, we can see some stats here. A disgusting number under Coin's name here. 16 KOs. As expected, every single point getting a kill or 2.
I might have broken the replays.
Oh.
All good. I'll fix them for next game.
Yeah, no problem there. But yeah, like tons of damage coming out from Coin. 56,000. I mean, this whole team looking at just a little bit over 100,000 damage. The opposing team looking at about 70,000 or so. What is that? Here's 50, 60, 70. Yeah, it's like 70, 75,000 damage or something like that. So that's 25% more punching. And as expected, again, we had a what is it? Atlas or Might of the Colossus start for X Aramako. I mean, I cannot believe they were able to like win that game, losing the first 2 sets to X Aramako. And he gets Rampage, he gets all the buffs at Chrono Boost. I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah, incredibly well played by Chikara Chatting. But we're on to the next game, which is the Fool's pick. It is Taiko Temple. So it'll be a bit of a different game here. I think lot will change for this one, but one thing does remain certain, and it's that the Fools were in a very good position to win that game, and it's gonna feel kind of bad because they let it slip away.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else could you say? Like, was it really kind of was their game to lose in a way. I mean, of course, Drew Danger, Applebug, and Reset. Hey, Reset, honestly, a super great job. A couple of really clutch goals there when Applebug was down. Power play was activated, and Reset was able to just barrage on in there. Very important situation. Actually, Applebug doing the same exact thing on a power play, just getting that press the point on in there. So, clutch players, doing a super solid job there. And like you said, yeah, Tycho Temple coming in hot. We have more kind of side street lanes as we did on Clarion. A couple of maps on Clarion have the same thing. So I'm thinking one of these teams, the Fools might be trying to get X again for sure.
Yeah, definitely likely. Coin very comfortable on the character. And we're just waiting for the Chikara chatting side select on Taiko Tempo here. It's going to determine quite a lot, the draft order, everything. I'm not quite sure what they will end up selecting, but one thing's for certain, and it's Chikara chatting will be pretty confident going into this one, and they do select the blue side, so the sides will not swap for this one. It will be the same as usual, but that does mean that there's always the threat of that similar composition coming through for the Fools, unless it is the draft changes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure Oppabug is one to play much X. In fact, kind of a Juliet main in my eyes for a long time. I wouldn't say that Tycho is too bad for Juliet either. Kind of having close walls there and just like these corners you're really trying to dash punch right on into. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Oppabug hitting the Juliet right now. Of course, it depends on some of the starting awakenings. Indeed, Reset. Not sure. I know that they were an Amy player as far as I knew them. The Kai was super solid though, and Drew Danger definitely plays more of the melee goalies. So I could imagine their comp might end up being a little bit similar. Oppabug was super solid on that Kazan though, so maybe looking for that again. I hope they try to find a way to block this X era though, because it's just as good on this map. IMO.
Yep, and we're gonna get the character pick bands in shortly. We're already seeing them come in. They're being a little speedy with it.
Yeah.
Rasmus ban again. They do not want Coin playing the Rasmus, but that might be a bit of a blunder because do they really want to play it on Taiko Tempo anyway? It's not the greatest pick on Taiko. I think they'll be much more comfortable on something like the X unless it's picked away in favor of Appa. Unless
Yeah, I could.
the tool break. Uh-oh.
Oh, not sure, but I could agree with some of that. I wouldn't say that Rasmus is definitely the main deck pick for something like Tycho Temple. Of course, we do see a recovery drone coming in hot there, and Rasmus would, of course, love recovery drone, but it's not like X wouldn't, and it's not like Kazan wouldn't, and it's not like Juliet Zentaro wouldn't. But yeah, they really just be banning out that Rasmus, and like you just meant, I hope that's not too much of a blunder here, as we just saw. Oh man, it's like we just saw X go crazy, but lose. So maybe they want to play against X era. I don't know. This team might be insane. Maybe they're insane. Well, I can only watch the match after they pick characters and start hitting each other.
Yep. And looks like the tool has a few technical difficulties, so we will be doing a little bit of a draft remake here.
Alrighty, draft a remake. Probably still going to be seeing that Rasmus ban though, as it has already come through. I doubt they're going to be like, well, actually.
Yep.
But yeah, so Reset could be, I don't know how deep Reset's pool of characters actually is. Like I said, I know they play IME, and now we see they play some pretty solid Kai here. I'm not sure if they do hit something like Now or Era. I would say that Now is a super solid pick on this map, even as goalie. Just easy to block the side streets, the healing, definitely an important factor. And having a creation to just hang out and continue to block a different side lane is quite nice. So I don't know. We saw Peak Performance as the other pick there. Could be seeing something like an Asher. I don't know. Interested to see what is going on with these teams here. The midfielders are going to be quite important. Rasmus ban. What's up with that?
Yeah,
Oh, man,
they just really don't want coin on that pick with agency. All good. Um, we'll have the new thing shortly, and hopefully it will be fine this time.
Yeah, I know Ven also is kind of like a big Estelle believer, kind of an Estelle player for the most part. I've had a couple people tell me that like, oh, Estelle actually super broken on Tycho because you can kind of full screen blow your stuff right through the drum in the middle. So maybe that'll be some kind of pick they're looking for. But they feel like the I'm gonna be playing X again team right now. But
The Awakening
I,
is don't feel that way. I will say these are kind of rough starters for X era. Neither of
oh, New
them
Awakenings.
are kind of usable in that aspect, and they're gonna ban away the Asher, which now begs the question, right?
Oh, there's
Immediate
Juliet.
Julie lock. Yeah, I'm not sure about that the Asher ban. It is Opabug. There's always the
Oh
old like
my.
saying against Opabug teams. Don't let Opabug play Julie, and it sounds so simple, right? But that guy is
Sure.
kind of good at the character.
I would say so. I would say so. Can we talk about this the first first second Dubu Atlas pick? Damn, that's crazy because I was going to say something like, "Oh my god, Vice is definitely going to show up here, possibly Luna. Everyone's just going to play kill comp. It's just going to be carnage. I can't believe it." And we have Dubu Atlas to just try to do our Dubu forward thing, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's a very good pick against Juliet in particular. No, we're still seeing that's a Vice goalie for sure. So that's
That's
Atlas
expect.
midfield. Atlas midfield Dubu forward, I believe.
Oh nah,
That
son. They really are doing it.
that's the highest likelihood of what's happening.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna raise you one. Atlas is definitely the goalie, and Vice has to be midfield. Are we really doing Dubu Atlas forward?
I'm pretty sure it's Dubu Atlas forward.
I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, zero mobility. They're against Kai, solid mobility, and Drakkar is. Actually, Drakkar is Drakkar gonna be our goalie? What do we got here? Drew Danger. Can't remember if I've seen him play
Oh,
Drakkar
right,
much.
right, right. Chat reminded me. No, we're both wrong. It's Coin Atlas. Coin loves this Atlas.
Oh, okay. That's still interesting, I suppose. Could
It's a little awkward. It's definitely suboptimal.
yeah, I think it's just like straight up suboptimal, and it's like, wow.
Like in this comp order, I would expect Dubu forward because Dubu forward's actually real on Taiko Temple. Atlas forward's a little bit more awkward to play. Um, on this map in particular.
Yeah, I mean, he has like the killing potential. Like we've seen astral projection into the ring, into the expanse, and that's fine for getting kills. But like Atlas is like, it's not a lot of range. He doesn't have mobility.
It would be really
It's not,
funny if it was Dubu midfield, but I doubt it.
I doubt it as well. I also doubt it. I mean,
Oh,
we
but
also
like,
have yeah.
yeah, yeah. The more I think about it, Zora's just gonna be playing the Dubu. All good.
I mean, I coin question mark. Jakar chatting is an actual team, by the way. I mean, we have Kai goalie, super solid. I mean, Juliet and Jakar. I mean, this is a literal normal team.
Yeah, and as the chat predicted correctly, it is Coin on that Atlas forward. But I gotta say, actually, I kind of like the Fools a little better here. I kind of like the Fools comp a little bit better because the main thing is Kai goalie kind of struggles on this map. It's kind of hard to defend the barriers as Kai on this map, just a tiny bit. And Atlas is a character that can definitely play around a lot of Kai's defensive capabilities. A well-placed expanse just nullifies a barrage, and Zoro can just push up like that and help out Coin. So I think this comp is pretty well-rounded, especially with that kind of crossfire with the power chord and... Oh, speaking of the other guy that threw an ability in there, Coin's dead.
Yep, there goes Coin getting simply dash punched and possibly the lock and load helping out there. And this might be a spot where this team does kind of suffer. I mean, sure, they have Atlas ult to like sort of keep them alive, and Benz is going to be trying to deal as much damage as they can. I guess not as much. They could have taken Wand if they were like, okay, Benz deals all the damage, we'll screw around. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm really going to have to give it to Chikara chatting here, even though things could change very rapidly. I mean, Zoro still has both barriers. Overtime is showing up right now, and they're going to have to try to get what they can right now before they perish.
Yeah, and the issue with Atlas forward against decent opponents is really showing up here. They're just not letting Coin control the core too much. But wait a second, Drew Danger steps into the Supernova a little bit too much and gets hit stun along with the core. Venz will score the goal there, and that's their insurance. That's the Vice. Pretty good character. Got Deadeye start as well, so that's definitely a factor. But I gotta say, especially earlier on, Coin's not gonna have too good of a time. That guy does not have the mobility.
I mean, look how slow he is. He can't do anything. And yeah, like you said, Drew Danger definitely walked into Supernova consciously, so that was interesting. Possibly a slight mistake here. We're going to get the Tofu Fortress to help push on the top side here. Flipped by Venz. It's not going to be helped too much because Coin's the brawler, and Atlas has already used his cooldowns. He's got 22-second cooldown on Cosmic Expanse, so is he really your brawler? Maybe, but not in this moment. He's not. He's just kind of hanging out while Reset tries to regenerate. Okay, there goes an Astral Projection. Not going to land it, and I'm telling you, I'm not liking this. Doesn't even get a kill. What's he doing? What is he doing in this game, bro, with this Atlas? I don't even know. Will Reset survive this moment? Find out soon.
To be fair, though, it does scale a little bit. This composition from the Fools does have a little bit of the scaling department, and on the other hand, the Reset Drakkar. There's a reason Drakkar has 0% presence in the North American Strikers League. That character does not do a lot of things very, very well right now. And we're going to see that right here as Alphabug and Reset are trying to find some midfield control. But even against Vice Atlas, which might be some of the weakest midfielding in the game in terms of core control, they can't mount their core control either. So it's definitely it's a match of the week here. The week as in the word that isn't 7 days.
Yeah, they are definitely a little small right now. You know, you mentioned Drakkar having basically no playtime in NASA. You know what's really funny is, though, I bet people would always say that Rune is strictly worse, but has a surprisingly more amount of playtime in general. But man, big old Tofu Fortress is going to knock him against the drum, send him out of here while staggered. And now Reset is alone with Drew Danger. Can they score with Atlas forward? There it is. Not much going on there. Reset making Drakkar happen right now. And, well, that was not a lot coming out from that power play, I'll tell you.
Yeah, a bit hard here. But Coin does get the core away, and Drew Danger misreads the bounce. Not what you like to see if you're a Chikara chatting fan. The Fools surging ahead to a 2-0 lead, and if they can get the right awakenings, this Atlas forward could come online. This Vice could start just murdering everyone, and if this upcoming draft is in their favor, things could change quite rapidly from the struggles we're seeing right now.
Yeah, we're going to have to see Coin grab something like stacks on stacks, or the next biggest mobility awakening that he can get, though. And yeah, I mean, heck, if the Fools can do a little bit more mind controlling onto Drew Danger, I guess they'll take a couple of sets here, and that, again, is all you need to win some of these games. Drew Danger easily dribbling right in front of Atlas's face. No worries. Reset getting kind of supernovaed there, but not actually dying. They're going to have to find a way to kill Reset and make this comp actually do something. Drew Danger not really feeling enough pressure to even have to flip. Okay, Reset finally gone. The flip might actually come out here. Yeah. Okay, ends up saving the barrier by one literal pixel there, and this power play might result in the final barrier.
Yeah, now Coin going forward, trying to find an opportunity here because Zoro's playing very proactively this game, very, very well. The Tofu Fortress as well, making it so difficult for Chikara chatting to get out of there. But as you were saying, Coin hasn't really done anything for the past 5 minutes, it's felt like. Unfortunately, limitations of the character and all that, but that was a good primary to send it to the other side of the world. And now Coin will try, but a little too far away for that Expanse to be any meaningful pressure, and Drew Danger will just dribble it away. And even the primary won't be on target. Really, really struggling here, both sides on the offense. It's going to take a slip up from the goalies for these barriers to go down.
You were absolutely right about it's going to take a slip up from the goalies to get one of these barriers down, as Coin is sort of spending cooldowns, trying to get kills, seeing people kind of near the side, still hitting them, not getting kills. I mean, the Expanse hasn't done really one thing yet, as we can see Expanse do less than one thing even in that moment here. The flip, double flip onto the side of the Fools could be the thing that they need to get this barrier. They're squeezing it right in there. Finally, they do get it. Venz tries to set up for a big supernova goal, but the cannot control the ball enough. And man, we actually get Apabug, or possibly was that an own goal maybe by Zoro there, but Apabug does find the last barrier, and it's going to be a slow one actually, I think, even with this.
Yeah, and now we're set to the bottom side, and the Drakkar trying to get into position. A good Molten Bolt to buy a little bit of pressure against Vens, but Reset's got to watch out. It's a dangerous spot. Has the mobility for a moment, and Opabug's trying to find the dash punch in. Gets the prediction on the clear by Vens, and will score the goal. Chikara chatting. If they're the ones who get this first set, it might spell complete doom for the Fools, because they need that early scaling for a comp like this.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is... The Fools are not new to NASA, or I guess they might be new to NASA, right? But
no, they're not new to NASA.
Not new to NASA. Like, I'm terrible at this. But either way, they're not new to gaming. And so they must have scrimmed or thought about this Atlas Forward being like, yeah, no, I'd definitely be playing Atlas Forward. And they all agree on it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I'm not feeling it. Maybe I'm just... Oh, goodness. Okay, so really
maybe
great
you're not feeling
Thunderstruck. Yeah, I don't know what I'm feeling. But they get some kills right now, and this is actually what they need to take the set. Come on, get up there.
Yeah, really good mind games there, too. Just making sure every set has no chance to save that one. And it is a set win by the Fools here. And that's exactly what they want. Vice MVP is exactly what they want. Heavy impact on the table. And that 1-2 punch is what the Atlas is looking at. The Atlas is looking at that 1-2 punch to come online.
He's getting it, too. You know.
Oh,
spec
training? Wait.
No heavy impact there for Vice. That's an interesting pick.
Oh, okay. Well, Catalyst got dropped down, so, I mean, he'll take the Catalyst any day of the week, but it's a 1-2 punch. I don't know. This draft feels a little awkward.
This was crazy.
I feel like it could have been played better by every single person in this draft. This just feels really awkward. What is going on?
And no Chrono Boost even by Drew Danger to get a little bit of speed. Would rather have the Twin Drive, which is sort of understandable in some situations. But yeah, okay, so Coin's job now is to just kind of get hit as much as they can, get that Catalyst going here, trying to build up as much flip as possible. But yeah, that 1-2 punch was definitely, like, feels like his play style was about to come to fruition there. Grab some kills on the side, but yeah, opts to go for Catalyst. Everyone kind of picked something a little weird here, as we had just mentioned, but maybe they know what's up. Maybe they know what's up.
Yeah, but I will say, biggest crime, definitely that spec training by Vens. Heavy impact would have possibly just won the game because Vens is doing 1,000,000 damage, but now Vens will only do 500,000 damage.
And you cannot win a game doing only 500,000 damage while Opabug has something to say about it and or misses the ball either way. Reset just about at no health, but Vice kind of the only one to deal damage here. Oh. Yep, Thunderstrike, but Opabug gets it right on through with the dash punch. Again, even if you avoid or evade dash punch, you still have to time your strike correctly, and she actually still has advantage because it's punch and strike coming from Juliet, and you just have to play better. And sometimes it does work like that. Ooh. But yeah, really great lock and load from Reset's gonna lock a kill on in there.
Yeah, and speaking of that heavy impact, it got passed down to Reset, who will take that any day of the week. One of Drakkar's best awakenings, especially if you find someone near the edge, but also just for the raw CDR. And Opabug's just absolutely in there with the bulk up, can worry a lot less about dying, finds the goal, and has the stagger scaling opportunity too in the future drafts. I mean, Chikara chatting after that draft, I think they're in position to win the game because the Fools threw away, I think, 3 different opportunities to hyperscale.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan kind of is right now. It certainly isn't like kill and deal damage, like because Coin could have helped with 1-2 punch. Coin could have easily helped with some damage here, and Vice could have done some widespread damage with the heavy impact, but they decided to go a different route, and they do actually land a kill right onto Reset there once again. But no barriers going down here. Opabug trying their best to get... Whoa, that was a whole lot of damage there. The Deadeye coming in hot, and that, I mean, Deadeye start, definitely one of Vice's better awakenings to start here, and we have Reset just going to hold it down in the midfield. We have Opabug coming out in 1 second here, and still not a ton of pressure coming out for Drew Danger until the flips are online.
Yeah, Drew Danger sitting pretty comfortable. The only barriers lost will be by Drew Danger's own errors, and that guy's not looking to make any errors in this particular set as Opabug converts the KO onto Coin, tries to pass down to Reset, but Vens is there to interrupt, and Chikara chatting just trying to find one opportunity to find something like a dash punch to get it past Zoro, but they're hitting it to the top side over and over, and Vens is disrupting for now, but the barrier will finally go down, and with it being overtime with Drew Danger building up a flip in a few more strikes, like right there, this point is looking very, very scary, but that's possibly the worst possible flip position, and Drew Danger recognizes it and just runs away.
Yeah, the flip and dip coming in, coming into play there, but possibly safer than... Okay, so Coin finds an Astral kill, but Bug able to land that one in there. Everyone kind of a little mind control there trying to kill onto Reset. But man, okay, so Chikara chatting. Win this set, get a couple of awakenings here, and let's see what the Fools pick this time. I'm curious.
Yeah, but Bug has one thing in mind. It's additional stagger scaling, bulk up, peak performance. Looking like a bit of a beast here. Missile prop, though, will be great on Vens. Would have been greater with the heavy impact, but oh well. And Zoro picking up that Orb Dancer will be a lot stronger on the defense here. Monumentalist giving Coin a little bit more reach on that expanse. Might be the difference maker here, but I think it might be too little too late. I think Chikara chatting have what they need. This Ricard is looking like an actual character with hot shot, heavy impact, quick strikes. Looking downright viable at the moment.
Too bad Chikara needs quick strikes to be a viable character with heavy impact. But yeah, I think the Monumentalist could be definitely a turning point here. It seems like Coin, every time Coin decides to use Cosmic Expanse, he's just a little bit out of range here, and it also helps with some power on the ball as well. So kind of a good pick there for them. Only one barrier going down for the side of Drew Danger. One going to go down for Zoro. No, actually going to be able to get there in time. Drew Danger running as fast as humanly possible. Gets there. Slows Vens with the barrage as well. Really nice dribble from Vens, but cannot seem to land it. Appleberg helping out Vens. Looking quite low right now. Zoro and Coin both have flips. Not under too much pressure right now, though. The Thunderstruck is going to make things a little bit awkward. Coin approaching with flip. Going to spend the flip. A little bit too far from the goal, though. Drew Danger not spliffing them their own. Actually able to react in time, no problem. A power play for Chikara chatting. Going to try to get a little cheeky with the drum, but it's not going to happen here. Coin spinning in place. I don't know. It's a rough time for the Fools, some of these points.
Yeah, but Ven's going to get a lot of damage here with the specialized training and the Deadeye on that Supernova. The health bars are raised, Bug taken off the map, and Drew Danger is going to need to make a play here in the midfield with Coin in the 1v1, but Drew Danger still managing to hold quite easily against this offense that could definitely be a little bit more pressuring, but a good save by Zoro against Bug. Bug still in there and Reset as well, looking for a Strike War win, and will Strike War Vens for the goal. Chikara chatting, despite getting blown up by Vens, they don't care, they'll just respawn and take the goal.
Yeah, I'm noticing Vens is dealing a lot of damage right now. One primary was doing almost half of Drew Danger's health with that Deadeye. Imagine if Coin was playing a more damage-based character, even a little bit, just slightly more damage-based character. It would be like kind of curtains here for Chikara chatting, but they do end up finding a kill onto Bug right now. And this power play could be exactly what the Fools are looking for right now to grab this last barrier. So we're going to move up, probably going to get the Tofu Fortress coming in here. Nope, okay, Reset actually fighting back with the lock and load, and yeah, Bug comes back with a vengeance, ends up slaying the Coin. Atlas cannot be saving himself right now, and the barriers. Okay, yeah, nice double barrier here from Chikara chatting. Can they land this one through Zoro's flip?
Maybe they'll do it around Zoro's flip, as Zoro's flip whiffs. That's 2-0 in the favor of Chikara chatting. They're looking to speedrun this one after that draft. Both the composition and the first draft might have been too big of a throw from the Fools here. They're really not getting too much agency in this game. They just have to KO and hope that the KOs are enough. Maybe even targeted will do danger. But that's a double KO for Bug, who just gets right in there with a dash punch. And that 3v1 is going to be a little bit tough for Zoro, who has performed so far. But this might be a little too difficult for even Zoro to defend. To pass down to Evil Do Danger, a perfectly placed shot. And that's another set win for Chikara chatting.
Oh my goodness, that was a wonderful recognition from our pummelers. Bulk up Juliet there, getting a true double kill right there. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of stacked presence here from Vens and Coin. And yeah, Chikara chatting getting whatever they want. Now, what's it going to be? A little bit more size perhaps on Juliet here? Okay, yeah, going to go for a little bit of scaling size. Not feeling too much pressure here, but I've seen Bug die a couple of times. Rampage might actually get shut down. They can't get access to the Stinger, though, because Dubu was actually in front of, well, I don't know if Atlas would be taking it, maybe, but Dubu was in front here, and so the Stinger's not going to make any good use, and Unstoppable, not really going to be helping Coin too much as far as, like, doing ball stuff or doing kill stuff. Ven's prime time, solid damage. I mean, this comp just seems like it's kind of all over the place, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we've said it a lot of times, and Coin will graciously survive, not even needing the res at that moment, but I mean, he really tries for a KO, gets the primary into the flip, but Drew Danger just goes nowhere. no 1-2 punch on Coin. Like, Catalyst is one of the best awakenings in the game, but in that spot, it was a massive draft blunder. What is Coin doing with that Catalyst, realistically? Not getting to touch anything. And, well, the barrier does go down. A bit of a blunder from Drew Danger, but, I mean, the rare Catalyst mispick there, and Coin goes down.
Yeah, really great Giga there from Evil Drew Danger. Reset was at low health the whole time, but actually going to end up regenerating here. The Tofu Force is going to hold the line just for about 2 seconds here. Oppabug cannot find a kill. The drum not doing Oppabug any favors in that situation. Coin probably has full cooldowns at this point. Okay, we're going to have a flip from Zoro. It's actually going to hit the side of the corner. They're not going to do too much, but Venz gets a nice angle and a power cord to get that one into the bottom slot there. Drew Danger was a little confident in that spot, but Venz had a little one up there.
All right. Despite everything, the Fools managing to get that goal. Maybe they can convert into some more as Oppabug gets saved by the drum. It would have been a KO otherwise. This Venz scaling is pretty solid here, but again, you think of what could have been with that heavy impact being passed up, a bit of a throw by the Fools. Can they win despite it is the question, as the flips are available but saved away by Evil Drew Danger. Coin's trying to strike, but Drew Danger just goes right around the immobile Atlas, and now Reset and Oppabug are pushing forward. A core trap for a moment, but slips away for a second, and now Reset is trying to find an opportunity here. The recovery drone isn't even popped. Coin just cannot find anything this game.
Yeah, and that's kind of that whole sentence, and another actual true double kill from Oppabug. He doesn't even have, he's not even that big, he's not even that strong, but he's just finding the position here where Venz and Coin are stacked up trying to push on the top corner. And man, this could just be curtains. Both barriers go down. I mean, they still do have this point alive here. Coin taking the reins here with Monumentalist, still not going to get that barrier, the astral projection. No, I mean, Drew Danger just gets it past. That was the best Atlas could do right there, and it's just not enough right now to deal with Drew Danger or even to deal with Barrage in most situations. So I'm not really sure what Coin could even get in this next draft. Maybe some speed or something, but it just has to be some awakening that changes the game, and Oppabug's going to get a wonderful redirect on open goal. Zoro cannot get there in time, and Chikara chatting are probably pretty happy about this whole game in general.
Yeah, we're talking about awakenings, but I don't think any more awakenings are even going to be on the table here. Coin doing the Atlas midfield thing. That's actually pretty good on this map. Unlike Atlas forward, you can cover the entire lane with your expanse and do a lot more with that. Maybe the Fools should consider swapping Venz and Coin's positions for a little bit to see how that goes, because that adaptation might throw Chikara chatting off, but it might be too little too late here as Coin's forced on defense duty for the moment. Venz goes forward, and maybe they're doing a little bit of it here. As Reset, great dribbles, trying to go around the Tofu Fortress, stalls it out, and Oppabug wins the strike war. Incredible plays by Reset and Oppabug, looking to convert now with 2 barriers to 0 on this point.
Yeah, and that might have been the 4th time in like maybe 2 minutes that somebody on Chikara chatting was saved by a drum. So it's like, okay, the Fools is finding a way to knock people off the map, but it's just not in the right position, not at the right time. And, well, this game, it could be some luck, but this is definitely going to be a composition situation as Venz is going to find himself Fiery Flurry dash punched into oblivion. We're going to have a little dash or strike flip action. Reset going to send their flip. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Oppabug not even have a chance to hit it there. Great angle, and they do find Reset's recovery drone, but I mean, after all this time, just Reset's recovery drone is not enough to sink this game in. Yeah,
and getting a goal, you'll trade recovery drone for a goal most days of the week. I won't say any day of the week because there's surely situations where you won't want that, but wow, Coin really coming close to death here. With the Catalyst did build up a flip, but needs to do a lot more here. 1 barrier taken, looking for a second, looking to make it a 2-2 situation in the favor of the Fools. But Evil Drew Danger is continuing to make the saves. The core is bouncing away from Coin, and when the core is away from Coin, Drew Danger finding the save against the primary of Coin. Like, what are they even supposed to do? Oppabug's getting bigger with the Rampage stacks as well. The game's on a timer right now, and Reset staying alive despite the kill combo attempt from Coin. He just can't find anything this game. The Atlas forward pick finding 0 value.
Yeah, it's really sad, but Atlas forward pick is truly finding 0 value. Actually, solid lock and load there from Reset, but it's not going to end up saving the barrier. We saw Reset actually survive another situation where they hit a drum where they were going to fall off the map. It's just Chikara chatting's game. We're going to have a 1-2 punch. Actually, not even overtime yet. That was a 1-2 punch team player situation, but Oppabug, another dash punch kill. Yeah, they're going to try to end the game right here. Match point here for Chikara, chatting a little. He doesn't even need to pass, actually. Going to lock and load it right past Zoro. No more cooldowns. Guys, that was Atlas forward. I'm a little sad, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that they might have even won if the heavy impact was taken, if the draft was tackled a little differently, because Vens was doing so much damage, almost 50,000, and that's without the heavy impact, right? That's with spec training, which is just worse.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been a solo carry game from Vens despite everything, but that one draft blunder prevented even that out for the Fools. And usually when we see a funny pick, it's like, oh, it's cool, it's funny, but like that game was unfortunately a little sad.
Yeah, Coin just couldn't. Ah, man, just too slow. Atlas was too slow to basically ever get into position. There was a point there, actually, it was either the last point or the point before, where he had flip, he was standing right in front of Drew Danger's barrier, but he was just too slow to get into position where the flip would actually have gotten value, where he was just too close to the barrier. No dashes, no ults, nothing to get himself in there. Atlas just, look at him, he's just walking around, he's just strolling around town, he's actually just smelling the flowers, like he just can't do anything but stand around. And we can see in the replay here, Appabug getting multiple double kills, not even giant, just really great positional advantage there, just sniffing it out, getting that one in there. We could also see that the side of the Fools has 10 kills. They were actually, they had a lot of kills the game before, but Appabug actually answering right back with 10 kills of their own. And so we're actually going to have Chikara chatting, being the victors here.
Yeah, and when I first saw the draft, I was like, oh, we're gonna see a hype Dubu Atlas forward midfield game, but pretty disappointed with that one. Hopefully, our next matchup will be a little less disappointing. We're gonna see Oshino Coreflip versus Doggo.Dog, and I know you have a little bit to talk about on that one.
I'm actually so happy. I've been commentating here and there for a couple of things, NASA, OSAs, and all the fun stuff. Some tournaments, some weeklies. I've never gotten a chance, not a single chance. I think unless I'm the worst, but I think I've never gotten a chance to coach cast on Doggo.Dog here, and here we go. I'm so happy. Here we go. We get to see it. I get to say things like, I know that guy, and that's my guy right there. And hey, I'm a sub for this team. Everyone, watch out. I'm going insane, but. Yeah, finally, we get a chance to see the doggos in action.
Yep, and I'll get into the lobby real quick. We're going to see the map pick banned shortly. This should be a good one. And anything you want to say about the starting roster? Of course, we've seen these three players on Doggo.Dog quite a few times, but just introduce them again, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Sloopin has been kind of through the ringer as for a while, playing on the side of Quest Esports as goalie to start out with. Sloopin is not really trying to play goalie all that much, but was like, happy to fill in, see what's going on, how it is, and now they finally get to be playing their midfield role that they're so good at. And so that is important for them. What is that? Okay, one of them just messaged me, but no problem there. Anyway, so Sloopin finally get to play their midfield role, what they love to be playing here, and Sloopin and Switch have been playing since beta, actually together for a while. So this is kind of like the dream team here. Sloopin and Switch on board. Switch has been playing Brawler since pretty much the beginning as well, since beta, and we saw him on Quest Esports getting kind of even ranked as like top 5 Brawler in one of those, one tier list as of recent, possibly made by, I'm not going to name the names because I don't actually remember, maybe Vaughn, either way. But yeah, Switch on board, on deck, Sloopin to Switch, great. Jeep, Big Jeep, kind of slightly newer to the, like, big competitive scene. They've been playing together for a while. Like, Big Jeep definitely, God, no, I just, like, accidentally doxed him by saying Jeep in a way because everyone's like, oh, Big Jeep. Guys, it's actually Jeep, but
it's actually
my
Jeep?
bad.
What?
Yeah, I think I just messed up the whole strikers community. My bad. But you know what? Cat's directly outside of the bag here. Yeah, Big Jeep definitely coming in hot here, playing goalie. Been playing goalie also for a while. Has tried to play forward a little bit, but just finds comfort in playing the goalie here. So Yeah, all of us, actually all four of us are IRL friends for sure. Been hanging out for a while, doing a lot of Smash stuff. So this is kind of like the dream team for them. I mean, I'm casting, they're playing. I mean, we're all involved. We're here, dude. And now that I've talked as much as one person could physically talk, Saya, tell me something about this next team we're going to be seeing here as I accidentally join them.
Yeah, Oshino Core Flip, one of the teams that nowadays is pretty long standing, right? They did win one tournament all the way back in the day, Omega Strike number 0001 or something like that. I remember streaming that. We had OSAS in the middle, and then we went back to streaming that, and they didn't win that one. But this is a team that was formerly in the North American Strikers League, and wow, they have a lot of history. Like, I think a lot of players nowadays, don't even like know that we used to talk about Ashers in the context of Mirimeg, like Pat Splitters in particular, like the Asher special back when it was even stronger than it is now. We used to talk about Pat Splitter usage a little bit in the context of Mirimeg because that guy was pretty good at the whole Pat Splitter thing, and we used to talk about Aimi one tricks in the context of Kashikoma because that guy was a huge Aimi one trick back then. But wow, it's been so long because back then they were like the new kids on the block. Now they're a pretty well-established team. Of course, they do not have Merchant anymore. They have Water Fury, who is off of a CCL win with UCLA with Threezy Breezy and Gramella, two members of the former soon-to-be Strikers that have split off into Last Call and Bang Bang. There we go. And yeah, this should be an interesting match for sure.
Yeah, as far as this team, Water Fury is definitely the newest member that I have laid my eyes on. I haven't seen. Yeah, I did see the CCL like you had mentioned there as well, and they actually did a super solid job there. But anything before that, I haven't really seen them in like the big tournament scene. So very interested to see how they are performing here. It's funny. Kashikoma, back when I was like dummy bad at this game, was like so like they were the first person I think to do like insanely good plays, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best player in the game. It was Kashikoma was like my first whoa moment actually doing like something crazy Imi gameplay there. And Miri Meg has definitely been around as well at the same time too. But yeah, it's funny to say like Kashikoma was like my like tiny idol in a way to be like, oh, this person was dummy good when I was dummy bad. But yeah, really cool to be able to commentate this whole game, dude. I am so freaking ready, dude.
Yeah, and dog. I mean, maybe your favorite map is a bit of a reflection of that team because their map pick is Clarion Test Chamber. And interestingly, they got map priority. They chose Team B. They chose to pick the second map and not the first and third ones. Interesting strategy. Any thoughts on that one?
Wow. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a ton of thoughts on that one. I just like on paper, I imagine that basically everyone would love to be blue team, get your first picks of the map there. But it's like, wait, blue team picks first map, and doesn't blue team also pick first character?
No. It's two separate. It's two separate. There's A and B for map pick, where A picks first and third map, and there's blue and red for character
Oh,
pick.
okay. Gotcha. Okay, I mean, hey, I don't know. Red team, maybe red team is just got the secret sauce right now. But I'm actually so happy they picked Clarion. I don't really, I'm like in calls with them sometimes when they're doing like, you know, looking over some VODs and talking about stuff like that. I don't normally hear like, yeah, we should be picking Clarion. I like Clarion. Clarion is awesome, but it's like, okay, I'm down. I'm so freaking down right now. And okay, we have Chrono Boost, specialized training, and of course the Octavia ban is coming in. Everyone playing it safe. We're not trying to deal with any Octavia garbage right now. And Kai, a super strong pick on this map as well, be going out there. And Mako is our first choice for the side of Oshi, it looks like.
Yeah, pretty safe goalie pick. Water Fury has picked the Mako, I think, the most out of all the goalie picks recently, so not a big surprise there. And two incredibly good picks. Just two good characters on this map on Oni Village. Estelle and Rasmus, you know them, you love them.
Yeah, that is like that's also the dream team for Oni Village in my opinion. If people were just like, "Oh, well, what comp would you pick for this?" I'd be like, Probably Estelle Rasmus, and then maybe some sort of combination of like we'll probably see Juno for Sloop in here. I think Juno is another in like the higher echelon here for Oni Village, and Kai, of course, being the fourth, already banned out. So yeah, a couple of strong midfielders already picked. No one's trying to mess around now. It's game time. I do also like the Mako pick, just good in a lot of situations. And yes, sir, Juno coming out there, and we also have Kazan as a pretty mobile forward here as well. So switch here is going to be our last pick. Oh no, sorry, it's actually going to be our goalie is going to be our last pick here. What's it going to be for Jeep? It's going to be Dubu. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Dubu left. I mean, this draft was just piloted very, very well by Doggo.dog. Like, they picked their 2 power picks in the brawler in the midfield on 2-3. And the goalie pick's pretty uncontested, right? If you first pick the Mako, there's no chance of that Dubu being denied away unless Oshi is going a little crazy with it in the brawler position. So just it's a pretty simple draft compared to the more complicated ones that we sometimes see, but they did pilot it pretty well, and I think they're in a very good spot to win this game looking at the draft. But draft is only like a very small part of the overall picture, and we'll have to see how they play it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we actually have a couple of comfort picks here as well. And this is going to be probably a super solid game. Yeah, I actually like literally everyone's pick here, unlike unnamed last game that we might have picked, but it's all good here. We're just about to get on in here. Chrono Boost Specialized. Honestly, not too much for a character like Dubu to hang out. In fact, yeah, Dubu is probably not the breadwinner here as far as starting Awakening, but still quite good on Oni Village, I'd say.
Yeah, this doesn't really need the starting awakening to function. We'll probably just take the spec training to avoid any role embarrassments, unless the stun duration is a little tempting, but I doubt it, and we should be getting into game any second now.
Yeah, I would say that is possibly a little tempting as well. Like it is tempting, but man, I have seen and been a part of some of the worst roles ever seen in humanity, and you really just can't recover from that. In fact, you usually just get scored on if you miss a roll with a dash awakening. It's usually just over at that point. So not even going to risk it there for sure. Going to be taking that specialized training, and this will be a super solid match here. Like I said, a couple of powerful midfields here. In fact, the only midfields on the board are the top four that I was trying to mention here. Octavia is, of course, the asterisk pick when the awakening comes into play, which it could have. But yeah, powerful stuff going out here. The game is just about to start, boys. It is time. It's time to get in here.
It's time, like for real this time.
Like it's really time.
Okay, well,
So time.
oh, okay, it's time for real.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for real that time. All right. Yeah, so comfort picks coming out here. Kashikoma on this Juno. Yes, sir. Miri Meg. Kazan. Definitely, I'd say Kazan is probably, of course, barring Rasmus. Kazan is definitely the next best, like, mobile, I'm doing real things forward. In fact, Rasmus is so good at doing things to the goalie, but, like, Kazan is so good at doing things to the map. Like, he just has a lot of control. And Rasmus has control some of the time when Hook is up. But we'll see what comes into play here as we started off on Oni Village here, sitting out to the bottom side, grabbing a barrier. Of course, only the both barriers are a little bit cosmetic on this map here. No one really cares about the first barrier. Always kind of just going down, no problem. There's Switch, gets a really great pendulum swing, stuffs Water Fury, grabs the double here, down to Sloop and into Switch. Okay, Kashikoma with a really great Blabo bounce, going to block that one away there. All right, piercing shot and pulls Kashikoma away. Bottom side here, Jeep defending up to Switch. Okay, get a little bit of clear here and get some breathing room.
Oh, but Switch is in there. So much speed with that chrono boost, I believe. It would be really embarrassing if he took the spec, but like he definitely took chrono boost. That awakening is pretty good on the Rasmus character, and that just gave just enough speed to catch the core there. And well, I mean, Doggo.dog looking pretty good in this early game. Big Jeep holding it down, making sure the barriers are not both going down. But right there, despite the slight miss on the strike, Sloopin will cover the clear, and everything will be all right. The team play coming through as well.
Yeah, minor blunder there. Jeep eating the orb when Sloopin kind of needed it there, and then almost lost the barrier. Sloopin, definitely a great player, had Jeep's back there when he needed it the most. All right, going to try to take a ton of damage. Possibly the specialized training is going to be coming into effect here if Jeep loses his second barrier. Sloopin playing the midfield as much as they can there, getting the Rose Warp. Mary Meg pulls it, gets the flip. Actually, oh man, misses the flip with the small press the point, but man, Big Jeep was caught up a little bit there, and Mary Meg kind of just lops it on in there after the flip, and it's going to be a little bit of 1-1 action on this map.
And, well, a bit of an awkward situation there, but all good. There's still a lot of pressure available for Switch and Sloopin, and they do get that barrier almost immediately. Good crossfire as Sloopin is put in a little bit of jail here, but all good. We'll get out of there. But Miriameg going for an individual play. The core control of the Kazan coming in full force here, and Kashikoma's in there as well with the Juno. Both barriers down. It's a bit hard to defend on this map when the barriers are down the open net. Difficult for the melee goalie, but Miriameg can't catch the core, and that's an opportunity for Big Jeep to get it out of there. And Doggo.Dog still surviving for the moment. Well, only for a moment.
The moment has indeed passed. Unfortunately, we have Kashikoma putting on a ton of pressure there with a big blobble bounce with the Chrono Boost. Super good pick on this map, as we have already mentioned a couple different times. And yeah, Miriameg making things happen. Kazan's got a lot of moves. He's got a lot of moves, movement, and the pressure just going to be expanding as Big Jeep is going to try to do as much resource management as possible. Sloopin and Switch going to try to force this one forward here, but it's going to be quite tough. These are quite good players indeed. Okay, Switch kind of looking for a kill and for the core hit there on the pendulum swing, but doesn't seem to find it, but grabs the last barrier indeed on the bottom side here. Jeep going to grab it back onto Switch. Top side up to Sloopin. Okay, gonna get a little bit of log action. Sloopin looking like he could be sniping something here with the piercing shot, but actually going to be trying to snipe Kashikoma. Grabs an orb, though, going to be healthy, and it's going to be Miriameg against Jeeps. Jeeps wins this time, loses the next time, and it's going to be an open goal for both sides on the bottom side. Switch, can you make it with the hook? Kashikoma gets in the way. Ooh.
Yeah, critical body block. That would have almost certainly been a goal because Switch scores those, but Big Jeep with the saves preventing the goal from Miriameg, and Switch going for the read, not enough size to send it through, but a pass to Sloopin will do just fine as well. We're headed to a 0.5. This game is incredibly close, and the first draft could mean everything because even a slight difference in speed, even a slight difference in mobility can turn an Oni Village game completely in the favor of a team.
Absolutely. Stacks on Stacks shows up, and that's one of the fan favorites here to grab as early on as possible, of course. Also, I'd like to say that Sloopin did a really great job of not flipping the last point and recognizing that they were going to be able to strike that one in there. But yeah, flipping there at a great time to grab a power play, sending Kashikoma into the grave there. Nice Rose Warp to help Switch on in there. Switch with the Death's Touch going to extremely grab that goal, and it's going to be Doggo.Dog grabbing the Awakenings first. MVP Switch most likely, yes indeed. Size is what we're looking for, I think.
Yep, size or speed, and unfortunately no size to be found, but we're probably going to be seeing a little bit in that movement speed department here. Let's see what exactly it is. Extra special, actually, the takeaway. Wants more hooks, wants to create more plays, but explosive entrance on Miriameg will increase that mobility quite a bit. Critical to take that Orb Dancer, though. Incredibly powerful Awakening. Making sure the goalie doesn't get it and also taking it for yourself is pretty huge. Good draft by Sloopin there, and Siege Machine pretty chill. I would say, I would have considered the Among Titans on Big Jeep there instead of the Siege Machine, but both are fine picks. I think the additional size would have done a lot of work on Switch, and, well, it's really a preference thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think if you haven't played too much as a Among Titans goalie, things can get a little bit awkward there. Kind of requires a little bit of practice, in my unprofessional opinion, but I think that Doggo.Dog did kind of win that draft there. As far as like powerful awakenings, there were only kind of like 3. I actually really do like the extra special pick there for Switch, as the Death Touch is going to be one of the greatest ways to get some of these barriers and some of these points here. They do have 2 barriers down though. Sloopin going to try their best to get it on past here. Miriameg looking kind of low. Switch doesn't have anywhere near the amount of cooldowns as someone like Kazan has. Not nearly as good at converting kills, but gonna get it onto the top side. Gonna have Switch try their best to get a pendulum swing on in there. They're gonna spend it though, not gonna get too much off of it, and they're a little bit farther from getting this from I thought, that actually finds a great whiplash. The goal is now open. Big Jeep gonna try his best to get it to Sloopin, who has a flip right now, and can he get there in time?
Oh, bottom side and switch
Oh,
with the perfect timing on the pendulum swing will convert, make it unsavable for Kashikoma and Water Fury. Well played from Doggo.Dog. And well, if we see more of that, we might be seeing a swift 3-0 here and some more scaling on the board. But Mirrormeg will have something to say about that. A lot more mobility thanks to the explosive entrance. But don't sleep on the Jeep, continuing to maintain this defense here.
Absolutely, and I just want to mention also before, the Siege Machine pick does a solid job, not like too crazy, but a solid job of comboing with the specialized training when it comes to getting the ball on in there with the Tofu Fortress. We might even see that right now, actually. Okay, it looks like it might be on cooldown, but yeah, it's just a kind of an interesting threat when we have Dubu Big Jeep walking on up here with the specialized training and the Siege Machine, and we're going to actually have Sloopin get a really great strike into Thorns. Actually going to sink that goal in here, and Dog has kind of complete control. Only one more little orb here for Sloopin, and that'll be full stacked.
Yeah, and I think a big thing is also the power of Sloopin's goalie experience, right? Being able to drop back and make sure the core doesn't go in the net while Big G pushes up. That's an important resource that we see a lot of Nassel teams make use of, and that's what gives a lot of power to Doggo.Dog in that department, a lot more freedom in terms of positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Sloopin definitely is not new at playing goalie in any situation and is really great at recognizing when the goalie needs a little bit of help here, but we're going to have Switch. That's Touch, try to bring it on in there. Yeah, big topspin is going to actually nullify Jeep's offensive attempt to get that flip in there, but they do still maintain possession, keep that barrier here onto the top side. Water Fury has a flip for defensive use. Switch looking a little bit low. Kazan really good at confirming kills in most situations. Juno's really good at dealing damage in general, so Switch is kind of in a lot of threat, but Sloopin with like that a super great strike to the bottom side. Water Fury caught unaware there, and it's going to be Sloopin, the big MVP here, possibly looking for some speed cooldown, some range, and man, it all. This are actually too many good awakenings on the board for Sloopin to pick from.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be happy with a lot of options here, but goes for the quick strikes, goes for that powerful awakening here, but Hotshot and Rapid Fire also on the table, a little scary, but stacks on stacks. Wait! I feel like stacks on stacks might have been the priority pick there, but somehow it falls all the way down to Big Jeep. No, okay, taken away just on time by Kashikoma, but this draft was incredibly scary, but I think a big thing is actually that unstoppable Water Fury managing to get that unstoppable versus Estelle Rasmus, and suddenly the defenses of Oshino Core Flip, for all intents and purposes, theoretically, Water Fury should not be losing barriers now.
Sure, theoretically, but yeah, that was kind of an awkward draft. It turned out to be an awkward draft for Switch, right? Because he ended up, all right, actually Mirrormeg get a really good press point there, open goal on Jeeps, but had to take the hot shot there from Kashikoma, which is completely understandable. It's like kind of a safe play. You don't want to, lose to anything crazy like that. But man, had a chance to pick Rampage, but doesn't get to because the Awakening Drift is actually just too powerful. Everyone really happy with the Awakenings that they have gotten here. We're gonna actually have Oshi take this first point here in that set. Big Jeep holding down both these barriers right now. Single barrier at this point. Mirrormeg looking kind of big right now. This little drum and bass having at him right now. And, oh my gosh, really great somersault. Gonna send Mirrormeg off the map right now in a power play. Can they get these barriers? They need to.
Yeah, they need to convert here on this power flip, but Kashikoma has so much mobility. That's among Titan stacks on stacks, right? That is so much speed to work with on this Juno, absolutely everywhere, and that's not even considering the jump to get from point to point in an instant. Kashikoma on the bottom side, a barrier taken. Ocean Core Flip might have scaled just enough here. Pass up, Kashikoma to the top side, right out of reach for Big Jeep, and that last draft was so tricky, but it's to the point where I think Sloopin might have been better for Sloopin to consider not going the quick strikes at all and picking up the hot shot, because that's also a great awakening on Estelle, and that's a later deny on the Juno, which allows Switch to pick up either the stacks on stacks or Rampage, probably the stacks on stacks on a map like this. But watch out, Big Jeeps off the map, but one barrier traded on each side, and Sloopin's a bit of a goalie, and Switch is controlling the core as well, so it's not as bad as it could have been. A great defusal of the power play by Doggo.Dog. Never mind. That's a disaster.
Oh, ended up being a disaster. Yeah, I was going to say, at least they didn't get scored on. They held the barrier long enough, but Mirrormeg comes on in there with the flip, with the crooked leverage, the hit, and it's going to be just enough. And we're going to have Mirrormeg being the first one to pick their Awakening here. That was kind of a fast set. I'll admit it. That was a little bit fast here. And again, a lot of solid things to be picking from here. 1-2 punch for core control, core speed, catalyst for, well, all sources of energy that you could possibly want. Heavy impact possibly falling here to Estelle, kind of a good one. Okay, denying Juno still. Again, fair and safe, and it's not terrible on Estelle at all. But Juno getting a little bit of health on the reverb, some little stagger onto Dubu. What if you're pretty happy with the 3 seconds off of drum and bass each cast, and sad, kind of a sad Deadeye here for Switch, but it could come in handy when it comes to pulling the core, making it red really early on.
Yeah, it could definitely come in handy, but not what you want to see here. But that's an unstoppable taken off of Water Fury, and that is the Deadeye. Come into play a little bit here as a good Tofu Fortress. We'll send the core forward, dog. Really want to end it here, want to prevent any further scaling from the side of Oshino core flip, but it's going to be pretty difficult here because Water Fury, forget about Water Fury. Big Geek is taken off the map by Mirimeg, who has been very on point with the top spins this game. Been catching the Dubu on the side so often, and that's going to be something that Dog are going to have to be aware of.
Absolutely. I mean, Big Jeep does actually have a little bit of speed here to help out for a little bit of extra positioning here. Going to eat all of the orbs, or all of the blobs, and not end up dying here. Sloopin, of course, being sacrificed to the Kazan gods just for a moment here, losing a lot of bit of health, but able to regen just enough. The Orb Dancer giving them some great movement. The Quick Strike giving them some extra energy for evades and stuff. And Switch now is the next one looking a little bit low. Mirimeg sniffing it out, actually staying on them like a hound. And yes, sir, Kazan just too damn good at converting kills. And actually the extra dash, Awakening, making it so you can actually just follow the core in the dash, get the crooked leverage, get the strike, and yeah, that's going to be a tough one for Jeeps to block there, and it's going to be Oshi looking kind of good in this set now.
Yeah, Oshi up 2-0. Mirimeg's activated, and Water Fury is defending a lot better than the first 2 sets. Looking quite good here. Our Oshino core flip Kashikoma as well with so much speed to work with. Sloopin dancing, but that's only temporary. Kashikoma is among Titans, and stacks on stacks are forever. So Kashikoma as well getting the KO there with the flip. Now it's a really tough spot for Dog here. They need to find something quickly as the core slips by, and Switch will actually take it around the world. Water Fury caught way out of position. A big opportunity for Dog here.
Absolutely, man. Jeep getting the emote out frame 1 after losing the barrier there. But yeah, we can see that Mirimeg is actually doing an unholy amount of damage with like the good old reliable Specialized Training Kazan. But man, Switch is going to do a little bit of schmixing right there and actually get it into the bottom side. But you can see that Sloopin loses just about half health from the Maddening Descent. You do not have evade with both of these awakenings here. This impact multipliers is making things super difficult right now when it comes to dealing a little bit of damage. But Dog keeping it alive for just a moment here. They really only need one more set to end this game, and that's kind of what they're looking for right now. Up to Jeep. It's going to be a little bit of 2v1 action here. Going to survive this moment, and he is actually not even near the Tofu Fortress. Yes, Somersault. Okay, Big Jeep fighting for his life right now, and his life is looking good.
Yeah, don't sleep on the Jeep, continuing to maintain the barriers, and that's Mirimeg going down. Critical KO, critical power play, and Kashikoma can't get the strike. Forward to Switch, but they need to find a way around Water Fury. They can't get through the unstoppable Mako here, and they do find a way around. Sloopin snipes it on the bottom side. They just need to convert into a goal to send us to match point for Dog, and Switch almost gets it through, but Water Fury has to follow up. Another strike interaction. Amazing Tofu Fortress from Big Jeep will set it up for Switch, who wins the strike war. We're headed to a 0.5.
Yes, sir. Really great Tofu Fortress there from Jeep. A little bit of walk up, giving the extra speed from the momentum boots and the peak performance, and a little bit of extra range from the siege machine is going to place those Tofus right exactly where they need to be and block it all. Kashikoma spinning a big flip here right in the middle, hoping for a double as much as they can, but actually going to get a little bit nothing off that. Sloopin in control right now. Man, big blast from the piercing strike, but it's actually going to land nowhere. Jeep sending it back down, not losing a barrier though. Kind of clutch here from Sloopin to react. Jeep once again sending it on in there. Switch has a chance. All 3 team members diving to save that ball, and they do end up saving that barrier. Switch life in the balance right now. Mirimeg sends their crooked leverage and actually misses. Switch has a second of reprieve here to try to get some health back here. The crooked leverage once again. Jeep was just too confident in that one hit, and it's going to be an open goal. And okay, now we got a set 5 here. Ocean no core flip is not done yet.
Yeah, clean conversion by Miriameg, catching Big Jeep off guard the goalies. Both of them kind of a little unaware of the off-angle plays of the pulls that both the brawlers have, unfortunately. And now we're getting into a little bit of trouble. Some scary awakenings on the board, but I'm looking at that team player. I'm looking at that core speed for the goalies later down the line and the capability for it to be hit around them. Both melee goalies, both very possible. Or Ponder, of course, denied away from Sloopin. That's a team player available. That's a missile prop taken. And honestly, I'm pretty happy for Dog here. But, of course, Oshino Core Flip, they're pretty happy as well. The Twin Drive on Miriameg, who does have that dash range as well as the prime time. That's double abilities.
Absolutely, effectiveness of Miriameg's hit has basically quadrupled with Primetime Twin Drive, extra dash range. I mean, Kazan just being what he is, more moves to hit Sloopin with. I mean, he can kind of get all over the map. As we can see, Sloopin taking a bunch of damage. They're taking barriers as well, and we need Switch to do some kind of God's work right now if they want to survive this point, as Sloopin is pretty much always going to be at low health there. Pulls both the core and Sloopin, but doesn't actually land the goal there. Hopefully Switch can catch them when they're just got their eye on Sloopin here right now, though. Jeep's going to have to try to move up and make it happen here with this Tofu Fortress or maybe a log or two. Switch going to have to help him get this barrier. Big moment here. First one to take this set is going to be a big advantage.
Oh, and a good delay by Switch, but it won't quite get the barrier. Another passing play interrupted by Kashikoma to the top side. Wins the strike war against Big Jeep, and now Dog in a bit of trouble, but good patience by Big Jeep to send it out of there. Now Sloopin and Switch trying to converge, but Kashikoma has so much speed to work with. The Slimes disrupting, and Water Fury still has Flip to get it out of there, and the roll will just be slightly off target. Miriameg will convert, and Oshino Core Flip now in a lead.
Oh, that's rough, but it's fine. It happens. You know, composure. You know, you still got a couple more points coming in here. Switch did manage to get that so much needed size from the last awakening, but yeah, they kind of get doubled right there. Miriameg sending a couple more abilities, kind of just has infinite abilities. Okay, we're gonna dodge the maddening descent there. Switch trying to get these barriers here. Sloopin helping out a whole lot with this great double, keeping them alive right now. It's now Miriameg against Jeep. Gonna try to play as safe as possible. Does end up getting it around. Kashikoma going for something huge. Gets kind of through the Tofu Fortress. Gonna hit it into the Tofu Fortress. Sloopin with the backup. Oh, it's not enough. The top has been big and strong, and it's going to kill Sloopin. Land the ball in there. Stun Jeeps, and now Oshino Core Flip is looking at match point.
Yeah, Oshino Core Flip. That was a critical point to win. That was a critical KO to have, and now they're in the driver's seat despite losing a double barrier in the tail end of that point. That's a good flip, a good patience from Miriameg to get it past everyone, and this could be Oshino Core Flip closing it out unless Switch and Sloopin put up an offensive performance that we haven't seen just yet. Switch now on the bottom side looking for a dribble up. Kashikoma as well, but not quite. The Slimes, a little bit of mix, and Kashikoma's in there, but a great strike war win from Big Jeep, who gets it out of there, who gets it forward to Switch. Another chance for Dog as Switch sends it forward, but Water Fury is unfazed. But the Tofu Fortress might be a bit of an obstacle here, but the Slimes from Kashikoma, flip from Big Jeep, a little bit off target, and Sloopin is still there to defend. Switch needs to find the hook here, but it's not quite enough. Miriameg to the top side, so much mobility. Bottom side, and a mix-up too. Oshino Core Flip take the first game.
Oh, a little bit of a heartbreaker there if you're Dog. Tough game, though. Some of these awakenings were... Oh, Miriameg had some sort of god build actually going on, and looking at it at the end here with a Primetime Twin Drive Catalyst, explosive entrance with the specialized straining start, actually able to kill people on Oni Village, which is not something you'd be saying too often, though. But yeah, both teams, I would say, had some of the most powerful comps that you could actually have on Oni Village. I mean, it felt like Miriameg had a ton of kills there, but only 4 on the board, but that's usually just enough to make things, well, awkward. You know, these power plays are resulting in whole goals. So, yeah, interested. Now we're actually going to go to Clarion, though. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll definitely be fun. That'll be a completely different game here. And I'm interested to see what they bring to the table, especially because this game was pretty close, all things considered. And things could go either way depending on the map, depending on the drafts, depending on the individual plays made by the players. Miriameg got a few crucial KOs on Big Jeep near the sides. If that had been different, this game could have gone the other way.
Yeah. I mean, Mary Meg just had a really good eye for positioning there. Jeep just feeling like they have to get into the corner sometimes, hit the ball a little bit, like a few moments before you get into like a super difficult situation. So, sort of understandable to be near the wall in some situations, but it's tough if you get sniped out there. Um, but we'll be seeing a little bit different comps, I would say, coming into Clarion, as Clarion invites basically every play style available, right? So there are multiple open sections, like Obscura is kind of open, and the Bouncy House is kind of open. So it's like, oh, okay, so Estelle Juno is really great there. You got some of the side streets, which allow for characters like Juliet and X to really profit. And so it just kind of invites people that knock you off the board, people that just deal damage, such like Vice can just deal damage kind of nicely there because the walls are a little close, and Core Control is also solid because of the open section. So I think Clarion just being the widest range of play style should invite a lot of different characters and comps that we will be seeing here.
Yeah.
I'm chatting.
I will say though, I'll have to be your enemy for this one. I am hoping that it is a victory for the side of Oshino Core Flip.
Oh my god, my enemy.
Yeah, I'm your enemy now because I'm doing a little bit of the thing called double booking tournaments, and
Yeah.
there may be an event for another game that perhaps might start in 30 minutes, and 2 games ending in 30 minutes is not very likely. So I'll have to be the enemy of Dog here.
Well, I got bad news for you, Saya, my boy, because the tenacity of Doggo.Dog is unrelenting, and this is the game that's going to go game 5, last hit, last stock, and you're gonna be ripping your hair out, and that stinks. But we're gonna have a Doggo win in this section for sure.
Loki, this is really good for Dog here. Their blue side that they get the first pick, and it is explosive entrance start, and one of the picks that Switch really showed up on last season, especially, but in general, is that Zentaro, which will be banned away from Oshino Core Flip, but they immediately slammed the now for Sloopin.
Okay. I mean, now again, really great pick. Actually, now is solid on open maps and really great onto the side streets, the little lanes here. So now is just so versatile. I really like the now pick to start, and it could go to the goalie or it could go to the midfielder. So really wide range of pick here for the now first pick. And I mean, something scary like X era is definitely looming in the horizon here.
Yep, we'll just have to see how it goes, but that's an Aimi and Erasmus, probably the picks for Miri Meg and Kashikoma, but non-zero chance that Aimi is a goalie for Water Fury. Um,
Yeah.
it's up in the air though still.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what kind of IME we got here from Water Fury. And then we got Asher Kai showing up here as the final picks here. No Zentaro, of course, it was banned out. But all right, so switch on the Asher. And we probably got Jeep on Kai. I don't remember Sloopin played too much Kai, but Sloopin is certainly a now connoisseur for as well. Okay, so we got Water Fury on the Mako as usual. Finding a couple of stronger bands like Vice, and we're going to leave the Mako open for Water Fury. Doggo.Dog is. And so these will be your characters here for this game here, chat. Explosive entrance and bulk up are pretty powerful here. I'd be happy if I was this Amy with this explosive entrance and a lot of extra speed coming here from the Mako as well.
Yeah, definitely be interesting. Gonna be a very, very volatile game, I think. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I expect to see a solid amount of bulk ups here. We're probably gonna see like hard read. We got Amy taking explosive entrance because and then we got Mako taking explosive entrance because you're just a team player, and bulk up. No, we got Kai taking bulk up. All right, bulk up Asher Rasmus now. Yeah, bulk up Asher Rasmus now. That's what we got.
I think there's a non-zero chance that the now could also go explosive entrance, but it's probably book up. Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes.
Definitely gets a little bit. She gets definitely a little bit off of explosive entrance. Actually, just having a multiplier to your moves, projectile or impacts, usually gives a surprising amount of knockback. I've noticed if you're a goalie player, so you know that when Octavia ults you when you're in your goalie arc, you can kind of just walk into her and you're good. But even if she has explosive entrance, you actually die. You can't walk forward anymore. So it's like even the tiniest multiplier onto some moves feels like the knockback is almost doubled or something. So that could come into effect here. Let's see what we got on Awakenings. Actually, only switch is the one with bulk up, taking that health chance to scale a little bit later. And we do have Wonder Fury there, Kashikoma there. Okay, so yes, like I said a long time ago, when this first started, Kashikoma's Aimi was like one of the first players / characters, whatever, to be like, oh damn, this guy's good. Maybe we'll be seeing that again, but Doggo.Dog starting out really nice and hard here with both barriers taken. Mirimeg getting a nice pendulum swing, gonna take those barriers there, looking for a kill onto Mirimeg. Solid knocking them down into stagger spot. Switch trying to approach here with both cooldowns, not gonna make it though. As long as Jeeps evades this pendulum swing, he will be okay.
Yeah, but Kashikoma getting in there, showing the legendary Aimi prowess here, keeping the point alive for Oshino Corflip, trying to find a pass, but Giga Blast by Big Jeep will send it forward, but Mirimeg runs in there. That's the explosive entrance on Rasmus. That's the additional speed on the secondary, making it so difficult to save against.
Yeah, like one of the hardest things to defend against is when a character hits the ball and is fast enough to run with that ball, and their strike is off cooldown. So Rasmus is going to have a lot of extra speed there. What if you're going to actually lose on that barrier, but they're going to find a kill onto Sloop in there. Unfortunately, in the side street, it's going to make things a little bit more awkward and difficult. The ult Path Splitter not going to be able to land anything yet. Got a little bit of evade action by Jeeps, but sends it up into the Firewall Sentry, and it's not going to do them any favors here. Another evade, playing it a little bit safe here. We got Water Fury stepping up as far as possible here, sending off the Snare Drum, and they're going to fight for their life out of this corner, and really nice clear from Jeeps there. Is going to be able to get it through. Kashikoma probably going to go up to Mirimeg. Yeah, and it was kind of worst case scenario for Doggo. Didn't even get the flip off Mirimeg, and it's going to be a 2-0 right now for Oshi.
Very solidly played for the side of Oshino Corflip. They're looking to just take the early sets, prevent any sort of additional scaling for the Now or the Asher here, trying to find their way in. And Big Jeep, though, with a great Giga Blast, will prevent the barrier from going down. Critical to do so on a map like this, where it's so volatile, where the bouncy house makes it so that an open net is an inevitability in terms of getting scored. So hard to react to, but right now, both goalies maintaining their barriers quite well.
Yeah, Big Jeep under a little bit of pressure there due to these drums. They're kind of hitting the ball all over the place, but survives, keeps that barrier there. Scared he's going to actually get a weird bounce there, but uses the Giga, doesn't get an evade for the pendulum swing, and that was going to be big pressure. Mirimeg tries to pull Jeeps, but actually just blocks off that lane. Jeeps cannot find what he needs, and Mirimeg's going to strike it in there, getting the first set. MVP showing up Mirimeg, and that could be some size, it could be some speed. Rampage would be pretty rough to deal with. It's not going to be on the board there, though. What is Rasmus looking for here?
What is Rasmus looking for is the question.
Possible unstoppable deny? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big deny.
Oof.
Absolutely massive deny, and Oshino Corflip have diffused the situation, prevented Big Jeep from being very resistant against the pendulum swing. So now it's a bit tough, but you'll take an Orb the answer. Pretty good Awakening. Pretty good in general, especially on the goalie position. And, of course, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of the same.
Yeah, I think you might be right here. Kashikoma taking heavy impact, getting a little bit stronger here. Water Fury also has more board-wide presence here with that missile propulsion. Gonna have to get a couple of stacks on Big Jeep to get a little bit more presence in on the board here. More cooldowns for Sloopin. Actually, solid pick here for now in general. Hot Shot is pretty good. But yeah, that unstoppable deny could be catastrophic, but yeah, hey, a little bit extra speed, a little bit extra power, getting that ball on in there. Switch ends up being able to play the game for this point. It feels like they haven't had control in a little bit, but, well, I mean, I'm not really... I don't think that Prize Fighter really going to give them more control, but hey, Sloopin and Big Jeep are going to give the ball to Switch a little bit more often with extra speed, so Switch will be in the game a little bit more.
Yep, we'll have to see how it goes here as Switch is getting in there. Sloopin as well, incredibly low. The reduced stagger on the Now coming into play here as Mirimeg goes in, but unable to find anything for Now. And the bounce house again, very volatile map. Sloopin and Switch trying to find a passing play. A lot of it's going to be on Big Jeep to somehow maintain at least one barrier through it all, but so far still maintaining that top barrier.
Yes, sir. Kai has a pretty good range, pretty good speed. Not terrible on a map like Bouncy House as well. Jeep opting to take momentum boots on Kai most of the time, which is fine. Oh, okay, actually really great hit on up to switch there. Gonna find it on the top side. I was gonna say that you could take a lot of different starting awakenings here for Kai, with opting for go momentum boots. So a little bit less offensive pressure here than you would have with the eject button, but overall more map presence is quite good with the momentum boots. Sloopin building on it to a flip here. Mirimeg also getting kind of close to one as well. Big Jeep has a flip here to make a play happen. Almost stepped up, didn't actually commit that time, but hey, Doggo.Dog, 2 points right now in this set. Flip up, 1 barrier left. Looking good to bring this one back.
Looking quite good here, but a weird bounce off the center. Catches Big Jeep off guard. And now Mirimeg's rushing forward, trying to get the additional speed and not taken out by Giga Blast. And actually, it's Switch who is taken out. But Mirimeg whiffs the strike, and an awkward situation with the flips coming through. The Firewall Sentry is good, and the Giga Blast is even better with Water Fury there to support as well. And Oshino Core Flip looking to start the reverse sweep in this set.
Yeah, Switch comes back with full cooldowns right now, but man, Water Fury doing a great job of defending right now. The Death's Touch going to keep possession there. All right, Big Jeep, kind of a little bit of a tricky, cheeky strike is going to maintain a little bit more control and keep it a little bit questionable. Yeah, the Atlas Circle popped by Doggo.Dog is going to help them a bunch here. Switch knocking it right on into that barrier. Trying to go for a little bit of Soren angle to stall, which has actually been some of Jeep's practicing a lot and actually coming in handy. Okay, Switch, really get the barrier beam to block the flip, and yes, sir, Doggo.Dog bringing it back here, getting their choice of awakenings. It's probably going to be Big Jeep, Sloopin. What's it going to be? Big Jeep, Sloopin, Switch. Master of the team right now. What's he got?
Ooh, some spicy awakenings here. Probably the Catalyst, because that is just such a powerful awakening. So much energy generation, especially when you're being targeted. And of course, Asher has plenty of multi-hits as well. Door Ponderer probably not going to fall all the way down to Big Jeep, but if that does, that is looking good for Doggo.Dog. Yeah, just taken away by Water Fury.
Yeah, I love the Catalyst is huge. Actually, I think it's huge on this map right now. Switch is taking a bunch of pain right now, and Asher's big. Actually has a bunch of extra health too, like Catalyst synergizing nicely with a little extra stagger as well. So Switch is going to be building a bunch of energy now with a bunch of flips, knocking people around. It's going to be a good draft, I'd say, for Doggo.Dog. Big Jeep getting cast last, but actually solid on Kai, but, you know, not like some of the best stuff around. Prime time for Sloopin is also be quite good. Path Splitter's not going to find much here. Great hit from Sloopin, getting to the top side. Great hit from Sloopin, getting to the bottom side. Both barriers going down. Great hit from Sloopin is going to get it on in there with the help. Or sorry, great hit from Sloopin to Switch. I'm dying. Good job, Doggo.Dog. I love you guys. Not biased.
Really was a pretty good job there. And we'll have to see what more they can do here. An immediate barrier taken, and Switch is getting in there. The Catalyst might just be the difference maker. The additional energy creating a core flip already for Switch, and Sloopin getting in there as well. Core flip not decided to be used there, but a good save by Big Jeep. But Mirimeg wins the interaction afterwards. Pendulum Swing, good elusive by Big Jeep. Again, saving the core and keeping Doggo.Dog alive in the point.
Yeah, Kyle, or Switch, sorry, name's Kyle, whatever. Switch looking for this flip onto the barrier here. Going to get hit a couple times by this Firewall Sentry. I kind of wish he flipped a little bit earlier. Then he might have had flip already due to that Firewall Sentry just kind of hitting his face in. He's got no health right now. He doesn't have enough to evade. Grabbing an orb, going to heal up a little bit there. Map is open here for the side of Oshino Core Flip, though Sloopin has their flip as well. Jeep building one of his own, going to send it to clear the board. All right, nice proximity. Thrown, standing too close to the wall. Yeah, I was just going to get there. Finds themselves into the grave here from Mirimeg. Going to get the flip. Okay, Jeeps clears it nice and quick. This power play could be rough. Going to send it on over to Mirimeg. The flip's coming out here. Not the greatest angle in the world, but the Glitch Pop is actually going to keep possession for the side of Oshino Core Flip. The barrage is going to make things a little awkward for them as well, though. Kind of somehow maintaining possession again. Oshino Core Flip, actually Mirimeg just like, I don't know, had the future sight, had the mind control, was just, that was, I don't know, well played by Mirimeg there.
Yeah, and a series of unfortunate events, right? Mirimeg first, unfortunately not finding the shot into the bottom side. But then it was Doggo.Dog not quite getting the angle to hit the corner on the clear. And it going right back into Mirimeg's hands, the possession being kept. And again, another barrier being taken. Oshino Core Flipper activated once again. And Mirimeg to the top side, but Big Jeep is there and Switch this time. Needs to use this flip on time. But no, it's Water Fury who presses it forward. And that's another goal for Oshi, and this is not how it was supposed to go.
I do agree with you here. I would like Switch to kind of be letting these flips loose a little bit, especially when you're jailed from Mako. I mean, it's 4.5 energy per hit. I mean, you are actually going to get flip in a couple of seconds here. Okay, of course, the strike flip is going to come out for sure. Too hard to react to in that situation. Sloopin looking a little bit low right now. The 2v1, Kashikoma and Mirimeg. Jeeps walks up to try to make a play happen. It's not going to work out. The extra size from Water Fury is going to make it work, but man, the first hit of Barrier Beam is actually going to get it past Water Fury.
Someone clip that, because that was the nastiest fake corner that I've seen so far. Do you see that on the what was it again? The trapezoid or something like that. The top of it is like, you know how it sometimes hits it and like goes right backwards. Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, Sloopin is going to find himself in the grave once again. If there's one thing I could say about Doggo.Dog at this point, it would be that you guys might be standing a little bit too close to the edge. And my God, that was a Giga Blast of the century. They were about to get double barriered, but Jeep says, bruh, I'm actually here right now. And that was huge. Doggo.Dog taking that set, and Jeeps gets his well-deserved first pick here.
Very, very well deserved here, and picking up the quick strikes. I mean, wow. But that stacks on stacks is going to be scary as well. The Might of the Colossus possibly a pickup as well. We'll see how it's traded. Stacks on stacks being taken, and on the other hand, Might of the Colossus on Switch. So lots of power all around. This is a very scary draft. Everyone's getting a lot of what they want here, so it's going to be pretty stressful.
Absolutely. Asher showing up at 190 power, just standing on the board here. Not making too much use of the prize fighter, but still is a lot of damage. Sloopin right off the gate gets kind of knocked around here, almost gets staggered, but now it's a solid job of healing himself right back up here. Gonna try to push it to the bottom side again, standing kind of in the side lane here. We're gonna have Jeep walk up here with the Orb Dancer. Not gonna get scored on here. Sloopin in the right spot, but actually gets blasted from Water Fury's missile propulsion on the perfect pitch there. So gonna have a little bit of a power play for the side of Ocean Corfield. Gonna try their best to defend here. Switch getting involved. Get hit. Switch, get in there and get hit. Catalyst is your best friend. Sloopin loses half their health again on the way back, and it's gonna be a tough spot to regain control here.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough as Kashikoma now incredibly low. Switch is doing so much damage, and Doggo.Dog might have found their ticket back into this game here. Switch now pressing it forward, trying to find an opportunity, and Sloopin will get the primary necessary to get the barrier down. Now Big Jeep pushing it forward. Big Jeep continuing to push forward, even without any eject button to speak of. We'll lose the barrier and the flip, though, in a bit of a panic, but Switch not quite finding the angle there. Now they have to panic a little bit. Nope, never mind.
Nice. Flying strike. Switch actually ends up getting it on in there right before, hitting strike right before getting knocked around there. So really clutch point. Doggo.Dog really important to win these next couple of points here, as they do not want Ocean Corflip to bring this back. Sloopin misses the strike, possibly strategic, what do I know? But we got Mirimeg approaching with their own flip, probably looking for a big double, and yes, they do end up finding the big double. Big Jeep, unfortunately, overcommits a little bit to the top side of the map. Mirimeg looking a little bit low. Sloopin does actually have Stinger, so that kind of might come into effect a little bit, as unfortunately they're going to be taken out here. No one's in position, and not even an evade would have saved him there, because you still have to cast evade and stand still to do it. It would have to been some crazy foresight, but Ocean Corflip saying they're not out of it just yet.
Yep, still trying to push forward here. Ocean Corflip as a unit, they have a lot of speed to work with, especially on Mirimeg. A lot of individual outplays possible, but an individual outplay here is from Switch, and a setup now primary will bring Doggo.Dog to match point.
Yeah, really good setup there from Sloopin. It didn't look like it was in position to just make a big score, but it does kind of expand, and it always hits the direction. It hits the direction it's facing, but where the core gets hit. So it's not like it goes to where the arrow is. It just goes that direction. Anyway, yes, a really great point there from Doggo.Dog. Switch kind of taking advantage that Ocean Corflip has set their sights onto killing Sloopin in a lot of situations, spending some cooldowns, but another unfortunate little double there. Of course, that's relative depending on which side you were cheering for. You're probably pretty happy about that, but we're going to unfortunately lose our goal here to a wonderfully placed glitch pop there from Kashikoma, and this is certainly an important point here for Doggo.Dog. They do not want to see another set of awakenings.
Yeah, Absolutely not here. They want to win now. They have the capabilities to do it now, and we'll have to see if that is possible. Swooping to the top side, a glitch pop to interrupt. Kashikoma almost getting taken out, but almost is not quite enough as Water Fury just times out the Pat Splitter from Switch, and double barrier prevented. Good defense by Mirimeg, but one barrier still taken by Big Jeep. The rotations coming out from Dog, swapping positions, but Mirimeg is in there, has the primary, has the second strike, opens up the barriers, and has so much speed and just running around the entire map. Kashikoma on the top side with the firewall sentry as well, and Oshino core flip look a little activated here, but a good barrage, but Big Jeep will send it away for a moment. A flip still available on the defense and used to get it out of there.
Yes, sir. Really great flip there by Big Jeep to get it to the bottom side, make a big clear. No evade though, and the unstoppable blocks with the Giga Blast. But Kashikoma is ready with that explosive entrance cyber swipe, and they're going to actually sink that one into Dog, and the nightmare has arrived, where another set of awakenings are showing up. All of the size, well, I guess the other two size awakenings have shown up. Rasmus as the MVP, and well, now he has a choice to make, because Monumentalist now, yes, of course, denied. But, you know, that's kind of just some of the things that happen when you have now on the team. Somebody loses an awakening, for the most part. I mean, of course, Rasmus can use it a little bit, but they miss a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, they do, and now it's very, very tough here. They'll have to figure out some kind of way to make it happen, but it's looking a little bit awkward for Oshino core flip, but they'll still try to make it work. Water Fury is giving them a ton of speed. 3 dash awakenings on Water Fury, actually. Mirimeg is looking incredibly fast whenever that buff is active, and even when it isn't. And if there's a set that Oshino core flip can win, it's probably this one, as Kashikoma gets in there. That's the combo, that's the KO, and Big G pulled away Mirimeg with the performance as well.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage here coming out from Kashikoma to send Sloopin on off the map there. We can see Deadeye, we can see Heavy Impact, and it's going to make things a little bit awkward here. I do like some of the awakenings that Dog was able to pick up. Switch getting a little bit of size, kind of helpful. Sloopin, Rapid Fire, Prime Time, making it work out here. Mirimeg, though, is really just kind of a one-man army at this point. Switch a little bit low on health, though, but size to make it sure that we can win some of these Strike Force. Jeep pushing up as much as possible. Doesn't actually use the flip. Really great for Dog's situation right now, and they're going to get that first point, keep that flip. Switch on his way to another flip with this Catalyst.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you like to see. One berry taken right in on an instant. Dog looking very, very good here. And if they can convert, that could be the difference maker here. As Kashikoma and Mirimeg, though, pushing forward. Not trying to let this go just yet, but a good flip by Big Jeep will send it out of there. But a KO found, a power play for Oshino core flip is going to convert into some pain.
Absolutely great defense from Big Jeep there. Could have possibly lost that barrier a little bit early, but really great barrage is going to keep it. In fact, the Path Splitter combined with Sloopy coming back here with this now going to keep this barrier alive. And Dog pushing on the top side here. Big Jeep going to try to make a play from the bottom side a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say, after getting hit from Kashikoma there, I would have been like, oh, I got to get the heck out of here. But, of course, stays one more extra second. Mirimeg finds it with the pendulum swing, and Mirimeg finds the goal also with the pendulum swing. And now we have a 1-1 situation here. Kashikoma, the one with the stacking rampage, is something to watch out for.
Definitely something to watch out for here. We'll have to see what they can do, as this bouncy house is getting a little bit stressful, as Water Fury finds the perfect ensnare drums to earn a barrier right off the bat. Big Jeep has so much speed to work with. Getting in there, needs to get back to the barriers, but all good because the team is there to help defend. A weird bounce off the corner, and the barrier still stays up in the favor of Oshino core flip, but the barrier not taken on the other side, and Water Fury and Kashikoma need to find something, need to find a way to get it out of this corner, as the firewall sentry will do so much damage to Sloop, and Water Fury with the flip right into the Path Splitter. And the barrier will go down. Dog in position to take this one, as Mirimeg needs to do a lot of work here.
Yeah, we need Switch to regenerate a little bit of health here to stay alive. Kashikoma not going to let that happen, though. Neither is Mirimeg, but man, they take their eyes off the ball for just a moment. Water Fury might have been charging up something to also hit Switch, but Sloopin gets it right on past them there to make it match point here for Dog. They're, of course, 0-1 right now in this series, and they need this more than anything. They send a lot of cooldowns onto Sloopin right there, but we get the evade. Actually, they get one barrier as well, in position to even get the next one. Yes, sir, they do. Match point showing up right now as Switch SSB is really keeping this one into place, but Mirror approaching with a flip. They get the barriers of their own, and this is the last moment here. Jeep's actually taking the reins here with the barrage. Not going to work out just too much here. Okay, yeah, the proximity drone's not going to land right now, but Switch is the one with the flip, and it could be a game right now.
Oh, but it's blocked away. Now Mirror has an opportunity, so much speed to work with. Good barrage by Big Jeep to keep it away, but Mirror just needs one opportunity. Kachikoma incredibly low, though, and Water Fury in a little bit of trouble. Big Jeep with the flip available, and Mirror can't deflect it. It's 1-1 now.
Oh, man. That dude actually, the Globetrotter, Big Jeep, activating the blazing speed from his goal, running to the other side of the board, obviously hitting the flip button, but heck, flip is pretty tough to block in certain situations. And that's going to be it. Doggo.dog evening this series up now. And all right, the last map is showing up here. It's going to be, what is it, Atlas? Is it Atlas Lab? What's one all the way on the right? Oh, man, it's always the one all the way on the right.
Night Market.
Ah, it's Night Market, of course. Going to very normal Night Market. This will be a normal game, everybody. It's normal. It's Night Market. We're chilling. Sorry, Sire, you're here for a little bit longer.
Well, guess the tournament's starting without the stream. All good.
Fine, what is it for? Steel?
Eden.
Oh.
That game's pretty cool.
I don't know anything about that game.
It's like Battle Network.
Oh, is that one where you move around on the grid?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Never actually played Battle Network. Don't tell anyone, though.
I won't tell anybody that you haven't played Battle Network, Sire.
Yeah, and you have my secret safe with you.
Absolutely. NBSSB. All right, we see a couple kills here on the stats. You can see the replays as well. A lot of really important plays going out. I mean, look at that. Take their eyes off the ball for just a second there, and Sloopin's like, bruh, I'm winning. And yet, Mirror was like actually pixels off for that whiplash to redirect the ball somewhere slightly more favorable than directly into the goal. So, yeah. Can't be taking your eyes off the ball there. Big Jeep running a clinic, running the Globetrotter, truly, in that exact moment. But yeah, we have 0 KOs, by the way, for the side of Doggo.dog in that game. Literal 0. And we have 9 kills on the side of Oshi. So that's Doggo.dog's not really a kill comp playing team, but boy, do they love core control. I'll tell you that much. And I think Nightmark is going to be a little bit more familiar to them, even though they did win on Clarion. I don't really hear them talk about Clarion all that much, but I love it. So we're going into Night Market, guys.
Yep, and we'll have to see what the side select is.
Absolutely, dude. I am yapping away right now, dude. What's going on, chat? Chat, who do you want to win this, by the way? Because I know you guys, I see some big Jeeps in the chat. Everyone's like, yo, big Jeep. You guys want Doggo to win, or are you guys Oshino fans right now? I want to hear some chat. Any chats in chat? Okay, Lang hitting the Oshi. Okay, I can consider that might be an Oshi. Okay, we got a Doggo.dog enthusiast out of Liari. Okay. All right. A little bit of 1-1 action right now. Ah. This is intense. This is intense.
Oshi selecting blue side here.
All right, they're gonna get the blue side. Ooh, we got another Doggo fan from J Dog. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, to be honest. J Dog, I watched you play today. You were going kind of crazy. By saying like, how did you see me play? Well, sort of was watching the secret stream. Kind of important like that.
Whoa.
Hey.
Well, we're going to be heading into the draft now, as I try to set up a different tournament as we speak, but all good.
Yeah, setting it up here. Oh, yeah, if you guys have forgotten for some incredible reason, to the stars. Oh my god, July 13th and 14th, right? I can't really read, it's really small.
The slide disappeared.
Oh, slide's gone. 13th and 14th, though, still. Don't forget. Sign up for To the Stars, bro. That's the land in New York City at OS New York, or New York OS, or whatever. Whichever it is. It's lit, dude. It's right in the middle of, not really right in the heart, but it's actually a little bit Lower East Side, but it's great, dude. It's the land. Come on to New York City and have a good time. Look at all this land merch. ShopBestie.com. I'm shopping right now, dude. I'm going crazy.
Huge. Okay. Well, we're getting the picks and bans in, and that now is being taken away immediately. Whoa. They did not like that one.
As expected, Slupin does a great job of absorbing a bunch of abilities and getting on out of there with some of the now healing and the evasiveness it provides, and banning out X as you probably should if you're not going to be playing it. Switch SSB don't got that dog in him to hit the X where they need to, but gonna pick a Rasmus once again. Really enjoying that Miri Meg pick from last game, and solid pick in general, I would say. On to Night Market for the side of Oshi here. What do we got here from Doggo.dog? They got their 2 picks in a row here, and this is kind of like where you make your comp feel kind of good. They're not going to pick X-Era. Any other comps we have in mind here? Era Asher. That's kind of X-Era. Asher's got 125 power. Pretty strong. So we got like discount X-Era right now. Fair for Doggo.dog.
Yep.
Yep, indeed. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Sorry,
I know
I'm
you're
a
busy.
little
I know you're busy. I know
occupied
you're
at the
busy.
moment.
No, you're good. You're good. I got to take my own breather for a moment there, but it's fine, dude. I'll be chatting, dude. I'll be yapping to the chat, dude. We got Aimi. We got Mako coming out. That is your comp here for Oceano Core Flip. Of course, we have Water Fury picking the. Actually, we have the same exact comp from last game for Oceano Core Flip. Those comfort picks coming in hot there. We got once again the Kai coming in for Big Jeep. Era for Sloopin and Switch on your Asher now. So yeah, this is kind of like discount X era, because it's like, well, you don't really have X Maximus, but Asher's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with sometimes, guys. So it comes in here with the barrier beam, and it's like you can't really do much about it. So we'll be seeing some core control from these teams, but I will say we did see 9 kills coming from Oceano Core Flip last game, and we'll see if they can get a couple more kills this game, or maybe Doggo.dog is gonna be the ones. Maybe this Asher is gonna get so out of control that we're just gonna go ballistic and I don't know, get some kills or do something cool and win. So I don't know. Find out soon.
Yep, and the draft has concluded. We're gonna get into game in just a second.
Oh my god, chat, put numbers in the chat if you guys want somebody to win. Please. I need to see some numbers in the chat. All right, finally starting it up here. We're going to be seeing some fun stuff right now. Of course, this isn't Duelists of Eden. We're hitting the ball still, man. Come on, we're hitting the ball. Doggo.dog. Gotta take this. A couple numbers coming in from Achi.
One more left. One more game left until...
It's going to be a tie,
it's
Saya.
Over. It can't be a tie. You're lying for fun.
For fun?
For fun.
Huh?
For comedic effect.
How much fun could I get out of this? A little bit.
A little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Alright, finally starting out the game here. You can see the skins, guys. Let's talk about the skins. Idol, and then the Vampirus, and then the Shogun showing up. Look at that. I'm talking about skins. Alright, actually getting into the game here. How are we going to start this off here? Once again, Mom Boots on to Big Jeep. I didn't even talk about the starting awakenings, which was Deadeye and Rampage. Not surprised at the Rasmus and the Asher pick now. Sloopin also opting to take Rampage, of course. Not too great on the Era, but man, get the first 2 barriers really quick. Sloopin losing almost all of their health, though. Big Jeep playing a little bit forward here. Gets the speed to defend the barrier, no problem there. Switch going to take the goalie position just for a moment here. Big Jeep going to stay forward, going to grab this, and here it comes with the barrage. Big Jeep activated. And he's going to just kind of leave, which is fair. He got jailed, so Sloopin can go heal, and they're going to keep this point going. Keep those barriers up.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, actually, back in beta, there were talks about banning the Vampire Era skin because it was, like, less visually clear than the base skin. But now in launch, like, there are so many other skins that are way less visually clear that people have forgotten all about that skin being a potential problem. But forget about that. A great pass to Switch. That's a goal. It's 1-0 up, and Doggo.dog are looking quite good despite Switch being staggered like the entirety of that point.
Yeah, Switch definitely getting knocked around. You can see that both players on Doggo.dog have both stacks, so the teamwork is coming in hot. Big Jeep waits a little bit too long, loses the barrier there. Kind of an own goal in that point, but yeah, getting both assists and getting the barriers there for the side of Big Jeep. A whole bunch of value here. Switch getting another stack here, looking a little big right now. Big Jeep trying to defend as much as they can. Miriam gets the better of him just that point. Kashikoma sending out the glitch pop here. Switch looking low once again. I mean, Asher is not easy to kill, but boy, they are finding ways to make it so that he is not regenerating, and they find a kill onto Sloopin, even though they really are spending their cooldowns killing Switch. And it's going to be a tough spot here for Jeep, and yeah, it's going to be Mirrymag moving real fast with that, with those little slick kicks there. Going to knock that one in there, and unfortunately, Sloopin's going to lose his 2 stacks of Rampage, but Switch is going to keep his.
Yep, and those stacks are going to be pretty important when the sides gets a little imbalanced. But right now, Switch is just dying. Switch is dead. No longer keeping his, and Mirrymag has a flip to work with as well. Kachikoma with a flip. Water Fury working on one. So many resources for Oshino. Core flip. And they're just pushing forward. Gets the barrier. A flip wasted, but who cares? It's an open net. A strike or a win. Mirrymag in there.
Wow. Okay, I got to say, the Deadeye is really counteracting the Rampage right now. Asher has a solid stagger pool. It's like 1,400 stagger pool start. Duba with 1,500. It's like the most in the game, but like 14 is a lot, and they are doing the damage instantly. The Deadeye is going insane. Actually, Switch finding a really great kill. But actually, Mirrymag finding one of their own onto Sloopin. Going to stall out the ball for a couple of seconds here. Big Jeep going to have to get into position once more. But the Barrage is going to beat the Pendulum Swing. Of course, Switch winning a situation there just for a moment. Up to Kachikoma. Sloopin finds his way back, kind of out of position. Well, I mean, that's where you start, but it's not even in a good position for the ball, is what I'm trying to say. But Kachikoma coming on in here with the Cyber Swipe, not making too much happen. Firewall Sentry not going to find its mark here. Okay, gonna pull Switch away from the ball, grab a barrier. No one gets the assist on that one, unfortunately. Losing a little bit of value there. Big Jeep can return back to the goal.
Yep, and now a flip used, but that's a bad angle from Big Jeep. Not the one you want, but still cleared away thanks to the help of Sloopin, but Mirrymag still pushing forward. Another opportunity with a Pendulum Swing, but good save away from Big Jeep again to Sloopin, but a little bit too much trust in the center. A bit of a stressful situation, but they get it out of there for the moment. And now that it's overtime, you got to be a little worried. Switch going down could mean an immediate goal in the favor of Oshi.
I agree with that, and in fact, Switch being staggered puts 0 pressure onto Water Fury. In fact, Water Fury can maybe solo keep Switch from regenerating. Nice hit from Sloopin there, but unfortunately, Mirrymag's size, the Pendulum Swing, is going to get it into the bottom side. Does not seem to get that Soren angle that they were looking for to work out, but all right. I mean, a lot of Awakenings to still be exchanged into this game. First are going to go on to Mirrymag here and to the side of Oshi, and unfortunately, we have maybe fortunately for the long term, we have Might and Recovery Drone showing up at the same time, so Mirrymag can't get, like, Ballistic. Actually decides to Quick Strike, losing an unholy amount of power, combining Might and Rampage, so interesting picks here. Stinger for Kachikoma makes too much sense, in fact. I'm a little scared for Doggo.Dog now with this Stinger.
Yep, it is going to be quite scary, especially because Switch has been dying already. And despite the Might of the Colossus and the Rampage, they're quite the synergistic combination. If you can't stay alive, that's not that much value, and Switch is going to be feeling the pain very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, now that Switch has taken such good Awakenings, he is kind of going to be the main target of the slaughter here. Jeep's going to try to get it away here, and they do beat the Pendulum Swing in that slow moment here. We have a Maelstrom coming in, but it's not going to do all that much. Switching their sights on Jeeps for just a moment there. Actually, now back to Sloopin. Stinger causing a whole bunch of extra damage, stopping you from regenerate, which in theory causes a bunch of extra damage. The Giga Blast is going to make it, but getting pulled away from the goal, and no one's in position to beat Mirrymag's speed in that spot, and it's going to be another point for the side of Oshi. Doggo.Dog kind of falling apart just a little bit here.
Yeah, Oshino core flip found their momentum, found their win condition, and the Doggo's going to have a bit of a tough time surviving. The Dogs need to find a way back, need to find a way to avoid all the damage. They do have meter to play with in this point, though, so maybe we'll see something. And Sloopin does stay alive, and a flip is burned from Kachikoma, but that's also a lot of damage on Switch, a bit of a tough spot. They do get one barrier, looking for 2, but Switch's health bar is looking low. They do get both barriers. They need to score quick before Switch goes down, but the death seems like an inevitability.
Does kind of seem like an inevitability for sure. Like I said a minute ago, it's like while Switch is staggered and or dead, the pressure on Water Fury is near 0. In fact, just trying to stagger Switch, Water Fury can just spend all cooldowns in that regard, as there's just no pressure left. Sloopin gonna have to spend their flip defensively, basically the worst case scenario when you get a nice flip here. A nice 2v1 situation for the side of Doggo.Dog. Get a clear, though, from Water Fury, who has had flips since the dawn of time, actually. Just the pressure has been so low that they get to keep the flip whenever they need it. The Stinger coming in hot. The Giga Blast not doing all that much in that situation, helping to break the barriers. It's going to be not a missile prop. Kai, the barrage won't land, but Jeep does have flip. I haven't really had a score yet at all. They're their scoring potential just feels low in this game, and it could be because the damage is coming in hot. You have to flip, buddy. Oh my goodness.
A bit of hesitation, thinking that you could reach it, right? Unfortunate slight error there, and that means Ocean Core Flip extend their lead.
Yeah, extend their lead, get the point. Jeeps loses flip. I mean, it's definitely a tough spot there. Oh, it's going to be another big hit, though. Not sure who hit that ball, but they started off quite strong. Want to try to get a couple of barriers here. Those Switch and Sloopin are kind of in it, though. They're looking to kill Big Jeep, though. I say they're looking to kill Big Jeep. Switch loses all their health. Big Jeep loses all their health. I mean, this is not a kill comp right here. They just have Amy, they have Rasmus, but the damage has never been more apparent. Switch can't play the game, and it's becoming the worst, unfortunately, for Doggo.Dog.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a problem. The damage is coming through in another power play found. The power play just ended. Sorry, took too long yapping, but power play ended, and now Switch has a bit of a chance. One barrier on each side, an opportunity for Doggo.Dog, but another KO found, this time on Sloopin, and now it's looking really dire. Miriamag saves the flip. Pendulum swings it in, but that's a little too predictable for Switch and Big Jeep, but Big Jeep's going to have to do a lot of work here because Switch is not long for this world either.
Yep, uses the Giga Blast to get a nice clear, hitting Miriamag and the ball. Okay, going to be able to get there in time. Switch just at no health, maybe some cooldowns. Not going to make it work. Big blast, but it's actually not going to send him off the map, but that certainly will. Another power play coming down from Ocean Core Flip. Big Jeep and Sloopin looking to get a little bit more energy, just one more energy to get flip here. Yeah, okay, Big Jeep has extra clearing potential to make it so Switch comes back in time, which he does here. All right, the power play is over, and they have to mount some sort of offense because this barrier Water Fury has just been holding for too long. It's not fair. They have got to get this barrier at some point, and Big G tries to make a play, and unfortunately it gets past him, and yeah, there's not much more to say about that other than Oshi is getting their chance at a couple more awakenings here.
Yeah, and Ocean Core Flip now really in control. Stacks on the goalie. Oh, Primetime actually looking to deny. I feel like it's Stacks on either or, but both are pretty good defensive awakenings. And Primetime also has the side effect of taking away from Sloopin in the future as well. But that's a Monumentalist possibly, or an Among Titans, depending on what they fancy. But Monumentalist on the era on Night Market might be a way back into this game for Doggo.Dog.
It is certainly possible. Nothing here really for Switch. Actually, I might have preferred Team Player on Switch to get a couple of back passes to make some shocking plays happen, though. Yeah, it's we got Primetime Twin Drive onto the side of Ocean Core Flip, just giving them more moves, more abilities to knock Doggo.Dog all over the place, though. Switch cannot seem to move. Gonna have to grab that orb, play goalie for just a moment here. Can't survive under any circumstance. You're just out of evade. You're out of situations. You're out of options. And now it's going to be another power play. I just keep saying power play for the side of Ocean Core Flip. The quick strikes is what's making that one happen in that play. Miriamag using it to full potential.
Wow, Miriamag just got in there with the dribbles to the top side, and then the pendulum swing. So threatening because with the quick strikes, that could have been a mix-up. Miriamag did the no mix-up there, but it could have been something even nastier if it was predicted. But watch out, the Monunado, and Kashikoma's stagger vanishes in an instant. One barrier taken on the other side, though. And Doggo.Dog are still hurting. Switch is incredibly low, taking out another power play. Ocean Core Flip just had the perfect amount of damage with the perfect amount of core control to get a lead in this game.
Absolutely, really good angle here from Sloopin. Going to spend as much time as possible waiting until Switch can get back to relieve this power play here. Sloopin with a little bit of control on the top side, though. The Unstoppable hopefully coming into a play. Yeah, it does come into effect here. The Pat Splitter is going to basically block that whole spot. The quick strikes not only making things difficult, but man, Sloopin's going to find himself off the map once again. The pendulum swing. This is some sort of sweep right now. Doggo.Dog has found themselves off the map almost more than on right now. The damage coming in from Ocean Core Flip and the team with the collaboration on these kills has just been kind of immaculate. There's not much more to say about it than it's been good.
Right, another KO found, this time on Big Jeep, and unfortunately this is looking like curtains for Doggo.Dog. They're trying desperately to get it away, but switches down to 3v1. Good strike or win from Sloopin, holding on, getting forward proactively. And a good barrage as well to
Yeah.
hold on a little bit longer. Maybe they can stall until the respawns, but good hits done by Mirmeg will seal it. Oshino core flip in a hard-fought series. Win it 2-1 over Doggo.Dog.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. That is indeed what happened here. Some of the shocking size coming out from Mirimeg, making the pendulum swing just unreasonable, to be fair. And Jeeps is going to get caught by that one just at the end there, probably not realizing how big Mirimeg has truly gotten. I mean, two barriers is 15% size. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot when it keeps stacking up like that. So, yeah, honestly, just kind of really strong gameplay coming out from Oshino core flip. That kills, the damage was I know that Aimi is like solid at dealing damage, and Mako's okay at dealing damage when they're goalie, but the combination of Deadeye and, I mean, the Stinger, that was insane. It was like Switch was dead off the rip almost every single time. Slooping a little bit too close to the wall sometimes, and man, they were just out of health most of the game, and they got 1 point, one goal there. It's just not enough. I don't have to be the one to say it's just not enough, but yeah, really tough spot. The positioning, I don't know. I don't know if it was positioning that much, but hey, just did too much damage. That's all I could say.
Yeah, good mix of core control and damage from Oshino core flip. Seals away that game. Valiantly fought, and they move up to 1-1 in the season for NASA. But Envy, anything you want to say? Anything else that you want to say before we close and I go stream something else?
Nah, I'm good. I was glad to watch Doggo.Dog do a little commentary there, and it's always a pleasure, Saya, to commentate with you, my man.
All right. Yeah, it was a good time, and see you everyone. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes.